Ladies love the skin.
Ow.
Bring it a little bit closer. The good skin, that is. That's why having a proper skincare routine is very important, and you need to feel it to each. The process is so easy, just 4 steps. You got your daily face wash. That's gonna clean your face up nice and right. You got your exfoliator scrub. That's gonna open up your pores. You got your AM moisturizer with the SPM 20, which is gonna protect you from the sun. You also got your PM moisturizer, which is gonna make sure your skin is protected throughout the night. Teej has tons of reviews from dedicated customers across the world. I know I said a lot, but it's okay, because guess what? It comes with an instruction card to explain to you in detail what to do morning and night.
And because Teej is sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description to get 30% off your first skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll also get 20% off for life. By the way, both gifts you're choosing from are a $20 value and a complete game changer: a silicone body scrubber or a nail and face grooming kit. Personally, I prefer the silicone body scrubber. I don't like using towels when I travel, so the body scrubber is an excellent way to open up the pores and get the body clean. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today.
maintaining your beard isn't just style, it's self-respect. A well-groomed beard boosts confidence and leaves a lasting impression. Elevate your look. Embrace the importance of beard care today.
What's going on? What's going on, family? How y'all doing on this lovely Tuesday?
Chevy's blue like whirlwinds. Man, it went to drought on that boy, so I bought that girl in.
All right.
I'm in
Bought
Hammer
that girl
propaganda.
in.
Bitches think I'm leaning and pimping and salamander sound a small thing to it.
Okay.
Is that your lyrics?
Mark, you're kind of quiet there. That was a question for you.
Oh, it was on mute. What y'all say?
That was your lyrics?
Oh no, I was listening to that Young Drunk Shoulderling. You remember that? That
Okay,
shit,
yeah.
Throwback, man.
that shit goes so hard. Say
You know how to do the dancer?
two step. I was in it, Joe. I was in the back in it. What do you
What's
say?
good?
I let my screen fall. First, I let my screen fall. Then I let my trunk beat. I've been to Berlin. My girl got a girlfriend. Chevy's blue like whirlwinds. Man, it's a drought on that boy, so I brought that girl in. Y'all don't remember this?
I remember that
He
song.
talk about that girl.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. And I could kick some KRS-One, Bismarcky. Like,
Oh, I don't know. I just was feeling it. I was feeling listening to that earlier today.
Well, I appreciate the words of wisdom there. Brother Mark.
You say it's a drought to bring the girl in.
Yeah.
He funny as hell.
Well, it's good to see you guys, man. Welcome to Live with Lapeef, man. No King Talk tonight, but we just decided to do a co-ed panel, man. So let me go ahead and introduce the crew. We got Trey Smooth. We got Tuah, also known as Brown Sugar Goddess. We got Ali. I'm sorry. I was saying it wrong last week. Ali. Ali. Got it. M. White, Ruth, Shannon Rawls, Darwin Hink, me, myself, I'm Lapeef, man. Hope you guys will be enjoying your holidays. I know it's right around the corner. Some folks celebrate and some folks don't. But if you do, enjoy yourselves either way. Let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out the way, man. Shout out to the sponsor, T. Chanley. Complicated skincare for men. You guys get 40% off. 40% off along with a free gift. And if you become a member, you also get 20% off for life. So click that link that's in the description and fill a T, as I always say. You guys are wondering my beard looking so good every day, but particularly tonight. Shout out to Assure, man. King on top. Excellent product, man. Let me go ahead and do the little side angle, man. Got a little gliss going on here. I got one of the baddest beards in the game. Hank, I see you on Trim Joy's down, man. So looking like a little matted down a little bit there, man. I caught up with you, Hank.
Yeah, this the main I got is the best going, bro. I promise you. Ain't nobody compete. Don was struggling. Trez can't hang. Nick and Shane.
See,
I'm that guy.
Like I said, he got that light skin energy going on. Like you see his eyes getting all chinky and like he's kind of got that little squint going on. So you can tell somebody get them a haircut, get their beard lined up, man.
I think chinky is offensive, guys.
Yeah, I was looking. Hey, AJ, I was looking homeless on Sunday. I ain't gonna lie, I was looking homeless. But look, my internet working good. I'm here. I'm present. It's all good.
Let me find out you taking shots, man. It's about the internet working good.
No, I'm just
two
saying.
shots. He said chinky and internet. He took 2 shots at the lake.
No, I didn't say chinky. JR said that. Don't put that on me.
Go figure. It's the time I'm on that this happens. Like, carry on.
All right, let's go ahead and if you haven't already hit the like button, also make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the chat, man. Let's make sure we are respectful. I see we do got some of the people in the panel in the chat, so hopefully they will be participating and not pulling the Clout Jones. Shout out to Clout, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, brother, so hopefully you can bless us with your presence and your perspective soon. Let's go ahead and get it started, man. So I ran across this. Well, you guys know about this. You may not or may not know about this story, but it was a white lady in Florida that went crazy on that man. Did y'all see that clip? Yeah,
No,
okay.
I hope you got it.
Yeah, I do got it, man. It'd be a long time trying to describe it. So I'm going to play this clip, man. It's a little icebreaker. Get you guys' opinion.
Lady, are you crazy? Whoa, lady. Or I'll punch the out of you. Hey, lady, you're crazy. Erase lady. Lady. Fuck, move, bitch. No, you can't hit me. Yeah, call them. You hit me. I got you on camera hitting me.
I'm going to go ahead and play it back, man. I know it happened too quick. Y'all ready?
Erase that. Lady, are you crazy? Whoa, lady. Or I'll punch the out of you. Hey, lady, you're crazy. Erase lady. Lady. Fuck, move, bitch. No, you can't hit me. Yeah, call them. You hit me. I got you on camera hitting me.
All right, so when things appear to be ending, one of the women shifts her glare to the content creator and walks over to him, demanding he erase the footage. So what happened was there was a conversation going on between two women, and this is one of the women. A little confrontation happened, and so she turned her head towards this content creator, this YouTuber guy right here, and noticed he was filming. So she went over there and she was demanding for him to erase the footage. The camera all of a sudden gets super shaky and jerky as the woman tries grabbing for the camera. And this is the end result of it. As the woman fumbles and pans to the parking lot floor, you see the woman on the ground and threatening by the police and telling him to stay put. All right.
I
Then we
did
have,
see that. I just didn't know what the backstory was. I remember that clip.
yeah. So what are your thoughts about that, man? I'm just getting some reactions, man. I guess, she got what was coming to her. I know we are often told never to put our hands on a woman. I didn't see him strike her, but it looked like he was kind of defending himself. And then once she got what she was looking for, then she wanted to try to call 911. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to you first, Ruth. What are your thoughts about that, man?
Well, a long time ago, I learned my lesson. Somebody threw a snowball at me in high school. I felt like it was a punch, so I decided to punch him back. Well, he punched me back, and I never hit a man ever since. And that was that. It was good for me to learn that, and I hope y'all ladies learn that too. And that's it. Maybe one more time I hit somebody, but that was it. Yeah, I don't put my hands on men. I don't think women should.
You gotta learn to keep your hands to yourself. Go ahead, Trev. Like you said, you've seen it already, right?
Yeah, I had sort of. I didn't know the backstory behind it though. I just saw the footage and got a laugh out of it. But yeah, I think it goes both ways, man. People just shouldn't put hands on other individuals at all, right? So it looked like he tried to give her a couple chances before he just went like all the way full blown. Like she hit him a couple times. He was trying to like get her out of there, but she was pursuing him. And at that point, it's like, come on, man, what you expect? He's not going to allow you to injure. He's not going to allow you to injure him. So yeah, he kind of had to do it. Like she was doing too much. She had it coming at that point. You would love to see him try to avoid it anymore, but what do you expect him to do? Run away from her? Like, it gets to a point where you're not going to let people violate you. And what he did, I don't think it was crucial. It's not like he gave her a nice little sock or nothing. He just kind of pushed her off. She was in shock, and he didn't continue. He left it alone, and he was like, all right, well, that's what you wanted. So I think he handled it pretty well with the circumstances that he was given. Right? I don't know what led up to that. Like if there was, I mean, I understand the, you definitely gave some context, but we didn't see how, if she just started out like that and he wasn't being violent at all, then yeah, it is what it is. She got what she had coming to her.
All right, I'm curious about you, Allie.
I'd agree with that. I just feel like, man, we're post-pandemic, and as a lady, we fist bump and dapped with how many dudes? Our little hands, like, what is she? I don't know where her mind was thinking. Like, physiologically, we're just not a match for a man. So the pure fact that she even thought to raise her little ass fist, to him was ridiculous. Like, she had it coming. I think he did handle it well. Yeah, she had it coming.
Yeah, she did. Go ahead, brother Shane.
FAFO, right? Ain't that what they call it? FAFO? She fucked around. She found out. Men have 7 times the tensile strength of women. 7. A lot of women think that men are just twice as strong. Typically, pound for pound, men are 7 times stronger. If a man was to shake your hand and he wanted to crush your hand, he can't. You can't crush. Women can't crush a man's hand in a handshake. And so we have this thing called low-level threat of violence. And that's what men have to each other. That's what keeps us at bay. Oftentimes you'll see people get on these panels on the internet, even on YouTube, and they be arguing with each other. But they wouldn't do that if they was in front of each other. And if they were in front of each other, somebody's standing up off the sofa and lunging at somebody. So we have this low-level threat of violence. If I was to say something wrong to Marcus is going to come for me. And I know that. And vice versa. The thing is, women don't have that low-level threat of violence because of modern-day protections. And so oftentimes you'll see women push the buttons or go further than they actually should because they never had to get punched in the mouth. And that's what you see, and that's what you're starting to see today on video. And you also don't get to tell someone how to respond to your attack. You get people, well, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to knock her out. You didn't have to lift her up and body slam her. You didn't have to do no. You do not get to tell somebody how to respond to your offense. And that's just how I feel. So what's the lesson? The lesson is, ladies, keep your hands to yourself. And this is not just Karens, and Karens aren't just white. This is across the board. In the Western world, particularly because, again, the low-level threat of violence isn't really there for women because you guys, well, not you guys, but the women have had so many protections for so long. And now these little smartphones got these high-definition cameras that we didn't have back in the day, when I was growing up. So I hope you don't get into a fuck around and find out moment like she did, because you might get hurt and you might run into the wrong guy. A lot of guys have a lot of restraint, but they don't necessarily have to, especially in Florida, a stand your ground state.
All right. Go ahead, Brown Sugar.
So I basically agree with everybody else. I kind of see it both ways, although I agree that she shouldn't have put her hands on him. But at the same time, I feel like people do things for social media for some type of reaction. So if you recording someone arguing, she's already like at a heated state, I guess, if that's what the backstory is. So if you recording someone, that's kind of a private moment. Some people don't want their personal business put on blast. So if you doing stuff for likes, then you gotta know what to expect from that. Again, I don't agree with what she did, but at the same time, what else is he doing that for? You got people out here like pranking people for likes, like going up to people acting like they want to fight them for likes, and it's like, what type of reaction are you expecting to get from that? So that's all I'm saying. But again, I don't agree with anybody putting hands on anybody. A lot of people lack emotional intelligence, and that's something that a lot of people need to work on, both men and women.
All right, go ahead, Brother Hank.
Man, look, I said it before on Lapeef and Sunday, man. Some of these cats don't realize, or they forget that you women, once you buck up to them, act like you put yourself in a man's place. So I'm the last man. I'm one of them old school dudes don't believe in putting hands on women. That's what I raised. It's the cloth I was cut from. These young cats ain't come from the same cloth. They laying you heifers out. So keep your goddamn hands to yourself. Don't be putting your hands on a woman. Look, he did a service because he looked like he was a big dude, and the only thing he did was shove her down. He gave her that goddamn Heisman pose stiff arm. But if he decided he wanted to, rearrange her jaw, he very well could have. And it wasn't nothing but self-defense. And like I said, it's in Florida, stand your ground, say, yes, even more so reason why. Because what if that man had a pistol and decided to pull it out and use it? Now you got a different situation. Because you you shouldn't have had an altercation arguing in the damn parking lot. How tacky is that shit? Why couldn't you maybe get in your car and have that conversation with the individual? Or just let it go, or whatever the case may be. You don't think there's always going to be cameras around? Please believe that store parking lot probably got cameras. And I'm sure she probably did call the cops. She looked like that type. And I'm sure they probably went inside and looked at the film and as well as looked at his film and probably realized it's not even worth it. At the end of the day, it's not even worth it. So, ladies, keep your hands to yourself. But, fellas, man, don't put your hand on these women because they'll try to get you. I'm just going to leave it there.
All right, brother. Go ahead, M. White.
I don't think you should ever hit a woman. I'm glad no woman was involved in this incident. She was an aggressor. So there's that.
All right. Darwin.
I think this particular situation is someone filming somebody and sort of like what Brown Sugar said, in the heat of the moment, catching an embarrassing moment maybe. But I mean, hitting a woman, I'm with Heat. I don't think you should hit a woman. I think the most common scenarios is when. Can y'all hear that in the background? I hope y'all can't hear that.
It's very faint.
All right, cool. My son watching Despicable Me. But anyways, if I think the most common situation is being out with your woman, being with a girl, or approaching a girl, or getting altercation with a woman, and y'all don't see eye to eye, y'all getting fighting each other. In that situation, I don't think anybody would condone hitting you. But because this woman wasn't a significant other or somebody he held dear, it's more easier to put her to the ground like that. But I don't think anybody on it. I get what you're saying. Fuck around and find out. I hope that's not the case. If this was your significant other, you fight. Me, typically, I've been in this situation, not with my current wife, but in the past. And if she came with me, or you know what I'm saying, we was intimate at one point, we went out, and it got to that, I would never put my hands on her in front of. You know what I'm saying? I would always just walk away. Even if she hit me, I would walk away. So I think the line here is this woman don't mean anything to him. So if I'm watching this, I would think that I think men behave different when a woman actually belongs to the man. Now, I have seen some cases where the man punched his wife out in public or whatever. That's just sad. That's why I'm trying to make it clear that I hope that ain't the case with the brothers on this panel.
Yeah.
To Darwin and Hank, to get both of you guys. So, there's hitting a woman, and then there's defending yourself like a man. So we have to make that distinction. Like in the video, I didn't see a man hit a woman. I seen a man defend himself like a man. It just so happens that it was defending himself like a man against a woman, and the reaction that she's gonna have, being a lightweight woman, is gonna be different than if it was a guy doing it. So are you suggesting that men should not also protect themselves the way that they just naturally would when somebody's coming at them with a closed fist and swinging and throwing punches?
No, I may have saw it different. It looked like he punched him.
No, he pushed him. That was a push. Yeah.
Oh, it was a push? All right.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with what he did at all. None at all. I don't have no problem with what he did.
Okay.
Now, as far as hitting her with a fist, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't smack her. I wouldn't hit her. Would I push her away? Yes. So I can remove myself from the situation. I have to do that before. Push a woman away and keep it moving, because I don't want these issues. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no situation. So yeah, I mean, I don't have no problem with what he did. Pushed her away and kept it moving, because that's what he looked like he did to me. He pushed away and got the hell out of Dodge.
And this is where I had a conversation probably a month or so ago about how I can understand how an argument can lead up to a man losing it. And I've seen in these cases where a man has done worse than what this dude, has done, just pushing her. I've seen man beat their woman, beat a girl. But I'm not saying, like I said before, I'm not condoning domestic violence or hitting a woman, but you can kind of see how he was pushed to defend himself, and not all men are going to have that emotional intelligence where they would just push her away. Some men are just waiting on a woman to fuck around and find out, so they can show her like, hey, stay in a woman's place. So yeah, I yield.
I just wanted to say I don't condone domestic violence. But once you see it going in the direction of women like hitting men all the time, it's kind of ridiculous. So I don't think women should put their hands on men, but I don't think men should be punching women out. Because like you said, if we're smaller or it don't bother you that much, you can just hold her hands back or, restrain her, especially if you know her, and if you don't know her, that's kind of a different scenario. And I do agree, you can't determine somebody's reaction, but don't go all, it's not a license to go all crazy on somebody just because. So I just don't think that you should hit a woman, but defend yourself, hold her
Y'all
wrist.
think Jody was right the way he did it off a baby boy?
No backhanding women, no, none of that. That's not they're gonna be traumatized, But I don't know, wasn't she hitting him? She was hitting him all crazy, right? So that's what I'm saying.
She was.
Women back down, like just not do that. And men can just you don't have to put your hands on her. You can tell her to stop, back up. I'm giving you a warning. It's on so many things you can do in between.
Yeah,
That
Shani
scenario.
made a good point about the lady, because I'm pretty sure she didn't think she could beat the dude. But a lot of times women aren't used to being held accountable for it, right? Because they think that you're just supposed to have this restraint as if you're some sort of a robot with no emotion, or I dare you. And you're gonna have a big issue sometimes, because you don't even, a lot of these dudes, man, like nowadays, they don't care. It's the different, like he's in that generation, so she could have caught a bad one. So you just have to be careful. Don't expect a dude to always do the right thing, even when you aren't. There's no, I can't see her actually feeling like the dude looked like a sizable guy. Pause. So it didn't look like no one in their right mind would think that she could beat this guy, right? Like, I don't know if y'all saw this joint going on in Romania. They got like 2 women versus men, and the one dude was straight trashing both the women at the same time. It don't matter. There's really nothing you can do. Like a dude could literally fight like 5 women, no problem, right? Sometimes more, because you're really not a threat. So you can't attack a dude as if he's not a threat, because at any moment he could end the situation. It could turn out bad for you. Just for your own safety, you just have to look out for it, because you can't always expect a dude to do the right thing.
How big does the size difference?
Can you clarify what men can do with their bare hands, Trev?
They could crush you, pretty much, or whatever they want to do.
Women, they don't think about that. They don't really think about that at all.
How big does the size difference does it have before it's not mutual combat, and then somebody can pull a weapon? Does anybody know?
There's no.
Is there right
What do you mean, like legally?
Yeah, like, so say a man come up, when she walked up to him and hit him. Obviously, he can't pull a gun on her. But if he walked up to her and hit her, she could have pulled the gun on him, and it would have been considered standing your ground, right? Or
It could have been. It would have worked for him too.
Either way, in Florida.
Either way, he could have did the same thing. It's not gender specific by written by the law. There's a moral standpoint, but just like men, like Hink can kill a man with his hands. Women can't kill somebody with their hands. But I want to take you guys back to that wonderful year of 2008, right here in Los Angeles. It was one Chris Brown and one Rihanna that was driving in a Lamborghini after the award show. And we didn't hear the story till 2014 when Chris finally told his side of the story. because he just was quiet and did what he needed to do, which worked out for him in his career in the long run. But she gets a text message. He gets a text message from his manager, and she's jealous, and she loses it. She going off. She's hitting him. He's driving a Lamborghini, driving down the street, and she's hitting him and wailing on him and hitting him and hitting him. She's doing stuff, and then she grabs his nuts while he's driving, and then he loses it. He snaps, and then he starts whooping her ass like he was a dude. She took the keys and act like she threw him out the car. He went out looking for the keys. She never had them. She had them in her seat. It was just a wild situation. We never heard none of that stuff. But Chris got to this day, women hate him because of what happened. Because men should never hit women, no matter what women do. You can squeeze my testicles, and ladies, you guys don't understand that pain. You can do those kind of things. You can close fist, be punching on me and beating on me while I'm driving at a sizable speed in the car, and I'm not supposed to do anything. And you cannot tell people how to react. And so once again, I think I'm spinning the block, but if everybody needs that emotional control to be able to know what to do, men and women alike. Now, the test doesn't stop with just her. Somebody mentioned these pranksters out here doing, you know how many people is dead today because of pranks? And so this dude is out, maybe he has every legal right to record her because it's public and he's standing out and they're outside. It's not a private home or nothing, but you don't just go and just start evading people's personal space, no matter where you are, recording and doing all this other kind of stuff. And he's a YouTuber too. So he's doing it he knows what he's doing. He knew what he was doing. And so at that point, he's culpable if he had to go to court, I guarantee you a judge would hold him culpable at some degree, some percentage. It wouldn't be 100% completely innocent and shit. He would have to take some kind of responsibility for edging her on like that. So everybody needs to, because he'll fuck around and find out too, recording people. He may run into the wrong woman. So everybody just needs to be a little bit smarter in how they move, and can we all just get along? That's Rodney King's statement, right? That's what we need to all do.
I heard somebody say something about you in the right generation. What does that mean?
The younger generations are a lot more aggressive, right? Like you see, I think it's a lot more prevalent for men to publicly abuse women that they don't know, versus what it was, not like domestic, but just like people who you don't know. Like older generations would more so abide by, oh, I ain't gonna hit you. But the younger cats don't exercise as much restraint.
Yeah, it's a tongue-in-cheek phrase. It's like, you got the right one today. It's, you in the right generation. Like, we ain't playing around with y'all niggas. I'm not my father. I'm not my grandma type thing. That's what that statement means.
Yeah. Well, put that one to bed, man. You guys just turn there and welcome to Live with Lapeef. This is no King Talk tonight, man. I see y'all keep asking about King Talk. We're switching it up this weekend, man. It's an unusual weekend. I know it's throwing everybody off, but no King Talk today. We'll resume our regularly scheduled program next week. Won't be no Thursday show this Thursday, you guys. No Thursday show. BZ, formerly Baby Zaddy, said this needs to be said. Fellas, always show restraint. The damage to your reputation is not worth it. The label of woman beater and abuser is crippling. You never lied about that, man. Never lied about that. Let's go ahead and keep it moving, man. Have you guys heard of Tuah? I heard of that.
That's my homegirl, man.
That's your homegirl? Okay.
Oh, yes.
I see Shan heard about her. What about you, M. White? Tuah?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay. Roof, you never heard of it?
Okay. She just she picked up a deal this past weekend.
She was just chilling with Shaq, and you know what happened there, buddy.
Oh, she was chilling with Shaq too? I mean, y'all got all the tea.
She picked up a I don't know what kind of deal. I guess some kind of artist deal or something like that. She signed a contract all because of that little video. That's what happens. But what you gonna show us today, JR? What's going on with Tuah?
Well, I have the actual video of her Tuah. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that. If it get flagged, just get flagged. Shane.
You sound like
I'm
spit.
about to go ahead and run it. No, but she spoke for the first time. She spoke for the first time with a podcast. So I'm gonna play the clip for Ruth since she hasn't seen it, and then it's gonna transition to some of the rhetoric that was going on with that interview. I don't have that footage. I know a lot of people's getting excited, but I don't have that actual footage. Trevor's ready. You sure you want to do that? Here we go, y'all.
Are your plans moving forward? Like, do you?
You know what? Hold on one second. Oh yeah, that was it. That was it. Here we go.
Are your plans moving forward? Like, do you want to still be the hook to a girl, or do you want to like?
I don't really want that to be like my image. Oh, you gotta give him that hook to and spit on that thing. You get me? He was kind enough to ask, and he's just been great to me. He's absolutely great. I've known him for years, and he split all what he's made off of it with me, and he's just went out of his way to just be good to me. So he's been really
Okay,
good
so that's a
about
good
it.
guy, because I know there's a
yeah.
lot of people stealing your merch and making money
yeah.
off of you now.
But he's good as gold. I
Okay.
couldn't ask for better.
Amazing. But did you delete all of your social media?
Okay, so I deleted all my social media like 6 months ago due to like personal reasons. I never really got on it or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
But,
So it didn't have anything to do with this.
oh no, I was long gone before that.
Oh, so you were already gone from social media.
Yeah. And then next thing I know, there's a microphone in my face, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna conversate with him.
But you looked like so natural. Like you weren't scared. You just went right up to it.
I could talk to a brick wall if you really let me.
Because
Or a
everyone said that
bartender.
you were a teacher and got fired from your job.
No, I'm not even old enough to be a teacher.
I was gonna say, because you're 21, I'm like, this is illegal. Who
Exactly.
are you teaching?
Exactly.
So you weren't a
No.
teacher.
Or a bartender.
So
Either one.
And also, I've heard rumors that your dad is a preacher.
My father is so far from a preacher. It's crazy. The guy that does my hats, he got offered $600 like 3 days ago for me to spit in a jar and sell it. That is revolting.
What are your plans moving forward? Like, do you want to still be the hook to a girl, or do you want to like?
I don't really
leave
want
it?
that to be like my image.
Yeah.
Like, hot to a girl. I don't see that being like
A
my
forever
thing. You know?
thing?
Yeah, I don't want to be known as that.
Which I wasn't prepared for those kind of questions. So
I
like,
don't think anybody was.
yeah, like I wasn't in the right mind, but I knew what I was saying, you know. So
Yeah.
I made sure to keep it like.
Because it was gonna go
Just
out
in
there.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were just like, fuck it.
I just said I don't give a fuck where it went.
So, like I was saying before, what do you think she should do now? Like, do you think she should just take full advantage of
Oh,
it?
absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
I love her personality and the fact that the world gets to see it. And they obviously love it too. So I think she should just
And
keep
the
going.
accent.
The accent is so good.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank
you're like
you.
lovable. It's so funny. And if you watch the whole rest of the interview too, it was more
Oh,
than
yeah.
just that.
And you can tell I'm obviously joking in it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mean nothing by it.
Yeah, and you're laughing immediately, and then you said spin on. Have you heard like the remixes of the songs that people make?
Okay, but the country song, hear me out. That shit is fire.
I know.
I
A
listen
lot
to
of
that
them
in my
are
car.
good. It's so good.
We're gonna do like a show, and then we're just gonna be like on a bunch of podcasts and everything else in between.
Cool. So kind of just figuring out as you go.
Oh yeah, there's more to come. Don't worry. There's more to come.
Like, she has the whole team. It's so
Right.
crazy. It happened. The internet is insane. Your
Oh,
life
yeah.
changed overnight.
It really did.
Yeah.
For sure.
Are people coming out of the woodworks now? Like, what are your friends back home like? Are they treating you differently? Are they like being bitches about it, or are they?
They're
like,
really supportive.
Oh,
like,
good.
I've had maybe one or two that have had some nasty comments about it because the comments I've got from it, I don't even know these people, but I know they're like from my area.
Mm-hmm.
But all the mamas and all my friends and everything else that know me personally, they've attacked that ass. Let me just tell you. It's just been, I can't even tell you.
So
It's just
everyone's
great.
loving it.
Oh, yeah. The people that are out here hating, I don't even know them. So what the fuck do I care?
Yeah, good thing that you have that mentality already
yeah.
because it's going to come with so much hate. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
you just said, you don't know them. And even the ones that you do know, they like know you, and it's embarrassing that they're commenting
Oh,
mean
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, last one, Jacob Elordi.
Hawk and a half.
I need the full hawk Tuah out of you from that.
He getting the hawk Tuah.
Beautiful. Well, I feel like you're amazing. You're so much more than just like the hawk Tuah girl, and I'm excited for your future. I have no fucking idea where you're gonna pivot or how you're gonna pivot from this, but I'm excited to see what you do.
Thank you.
And I think that great things are ahead with all the hucking and all the Tuah. And
I actually saw it.
You actually saw what?
The hello interview. I saw it.
Okay. Oh, you did see it. So you was playing with our
I didn't know.
minds, huh?
I didn't know it went viral because I be trying to live my life in real life now, not on the internet no more. I graduated, but yeah, it's a difference between being infamous and famous, and I just think that like this is why I don't like when like the girl sitting next to her is supposed to be her friend, the people around her. Go hide somewhere. Go sit down somewhere, hide somewhere. Don't go get famous off of Tuah. That's stupid. Like she's like, oh no, I don't want to be known for this, but I want to make all the bucks. Like, come on, girl. Like, you just let it die down. Like, go find a talent, play a flute or something, do something else. Not that. Are you kidding me? That's like she might as well start an OnlyFans next. This is people will lie to you and tell you doing something good, and then you're like, oh, how dare somebody tell me that it's rude or disrespectful or dirty? Like, I can't. This is why I don't like these girls.
Well, you do know Christians get nasty too, right?
Oh, of course we do.
Oh, it's just not publicly.
Yeah, she was free. I mean, yeah, no, not publicly.
Okay. It's just a reserved type of hot Tuah. Okay.
You trying to put words in my mouth, but
No. I was just saying it was just such a huge distaste in what she was representing. I'm just like, well, I know Christians get nasty too now.
How would you know, JR?
Huh? Because like, you hear the stories. I talked to a lot of people. Podcasts, so many people that say they Christians, and then on another stream they be saying something else. So
They just hallelujah.
Yeah, I wasn't talking from a personal experience. Don't try to flip it on me now. Go ahead, brother.
I don't be on no other
stream. Go ahead, brother Hank.
But that's why I felt like he was on to me, so I just flew back to you. But we cleared that up. Great.
I think you frozen, Ruth, but go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, look, man, it was fire. It was funny. It was entertaining. Of course, she was drunk when she was, when she was having that conversation with my man, and it's all in good fun. She should have known she's gonna get some backlash with it for sure. Because it is what it is. But hey, man, I'm sure her DMs are flooded right now with dudes just trying to get at her. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they are. You know what I'm saying? Want to see what that thing's all about. She's really about that life she's talking about. So ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Hey, enjoy yourself, young Lara. I'm glad it's not my daughter. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right, go ahead.
I think she's missing out on the opportunity, man. If something like this ever happens to somebody, you guys need to capitalize on that and let the whole, like she's saying, I don't want to be known. If you don't get known for this, you're not gonna get known for nothing. A lot of people have this delusion of grandeur, thinking that they're going to become something that they're not because everybody thinks that they're special. And when you get a situation like this, like a week ago, she made like $65,000, $70,000 in merch. I don't know what she's made since last week. That was 7 days ago that she made that, and she has. So if you can make, and mind you, the video came out just 2 weeks ago. So if you can, and then there's all the people that's making money off her name because she doesn't own Hawk Tuah. She can easily the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office will easily give her a trademark on that. She can, if she had the right team behind her, she could become an instant millionaire. I mean, what was the one girl, I forget her name, that went on TV show and was like,
Catch Me Outside.
Daniel Bergoli, Bad Baby.
Catch Me Outside. Turn that into a multi-million-dollar empire. Catch Me Outside, because she had the right people around her. You got that one music video that was #1 on YouTube for long, Gangnam Style. That dude from China that was doing the dance and whatnot.
Korea.
Is it Korea? I'm sorry. If you have the right team behind you, you can market anything. And this right here, remember, everything, sex sells. And everything in the everything in the world is about sex, except for sex. Sex is about power. That was what Oscar Wilde said. That this is a sexual thing, the Hawk Tuah thing. Blowjobs is essentially what it is. She has a potential to make she has a potential to change her life, her family's life, and the life of her lineage easily with little effort. So if I guess the lesson here, if I had to say one, would be if this ever happens to somebody, don't get so morally right that I can't, I don't want to be known for that, or I don't want, then you won't be known for anything. You will be, nobody will know you at all. But if you get an opportunity that you do have a spotlight, capitalize on it if you can.
If that was your daughter, would you get
Kim Kardashian
Yeah,
did.
Ruth. Yeah, Ruth.
Kim
Don't get on
Kardashian did.
fully high
A
loud.
sex tape.
Hey, no, Shan, if that was your daughter, would you have the same exact response?
Hell yeah.
God.
I'd be her manager.
God,
If that was if my daughter, my grown daughter, 21 years old, is out at spring break somewhere, she says hot Tuah on that thing, and I know my daughter, you absolutely, I would be her manager and her agent, because it's all because of hot Tuah, a phrase that's nobody's ever heard anywhere and nobody's ever spelled out. This is like a unique word. It's like Reebok. You know what I'm saying? So yes, absolutely. I wouldn't be like, oh, no, I don't want you doing anything like that. Now, if it turned into some impropriety, like, porn or something like that, then we shutting that shit down. But a phrase while she's out doing a street interview, absolutely.
So you would advertise merch that say you got a hot Tuah on that motherfucker.
Absolutely, all day long. All day long.
I agree 1000%.
Yeah,
As a marketing professional, let me tell you, there are so many learnings that are going to happen for this young lady at this current moment in time that and I think it needs to be said that the climate of people's careers are totally different than what they were even 10 years ago. So even though she made the comment that she's potentially worried about not being known for this, you know how many startup companies are going to want to hire her for going viral because she's going to go through all of these funnels of earning money? Like, it's going to be insane. So I completely agree with Shannon. Like, you need to run it.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Who's going to marry the hot Tuah girl?
If that's her priority, then that's her priority. But last time I checked, most women nowadays are picking their careers over having families. So I'm not going to knock it whatsoever if anybody goes viral for something similar to that. So, and like I said, the climate of careers are changing. Millennials are building their careers based off of lifestyles and what they desire versus what it used to be in the past. So yeah, she's got a lot coming with the merch, websites, social media, marketing campaigns, automation, keywords, SEO, all of it. She's going to learn all of that real soon and make a lot of money if she plays her cards right.
And mind you, this is not an OnlyFans account.
Right.
It's not like it's not like she's on pop up on X videos or Pornhub somewhere. This is a woman fully dressed, conservatively dressed at that, and then talking about hot Tuah on that thing. But it's not the situation where she's out there now she's talking about spitting in a jar, selling it for 600, but women out there selling their panties and selling socks, and it's a lot of things that women do to sell and can be extremely embarrassing. This is not embarrassing.
If I see my daughter doing this, I'll be thoroughly upset.
It's not an embarrassing situation.
I would be extremely upset and disappointed in her being on camera doing this shit, and I would not support her.
Would you be more upset if she's saying this or if she doing porn?
Porn, of course.
Okay.
I mean, those are two bad options.
I mean, it's like Hink said, she was drunk. Of course, you don't want it to be your daughter, but I mean, she was drunk. She's 21. She still got a whole life to live, lessons to learn. This is gonna be one of them. So, I mean, like you said, just like Shannon said, market off of it and try to flip it and try to mold her now into a businesswoman, a mature young lady businesswoman.
That's the legacy that we want to promote to create for ourselves. Like, we just attach ourselves to anything and then be like, that's
well, first of all,
but a legacy for
we made money.
She's not.
Yeah, but when it jumps on you, see, it's one thing. So let's be clear. It's one thing which a lot of young people are out there doing. I remember there was about 10 years ago, or maybe about 8 years ago. There was an interview, and they were interviewing young people, and they were saying, what do you want to do in life? And they're like, I want to become famous. And then they said, okay, cool. How do you want to become famous? And the response was, I don't care. And so right now there's with Instagram and TikTok and these pranks that we just talked about, people will do and jump through all kind of ridiculousness and actively doing it just to become somebody, to become the next internet sensation for whatever reason. It's one thing to jump out there and make a fool of yourself trying to get the bag. It's another thing that you just out having fun and it jumps on you. See, this Hawk Tuah thing is not something that she went out and pursued. It's not like she had aspirations to make this happen and she struck it rich. This jumped on her. And so what I'm saying is, like I said earlier, if something jumps on you and an opportunity jumps on you, it's almost like hitting a lottery ticket. Don't say, oh, well, I don't like how I got that lottery ticket because, you know, I wasn't expecting it, but it's here. No, capitalize on it. But if you out there making a mockery of yourself and looking like a buffoon because you out there just on Hollywood Boulevard or on fucking Sunset Boulevard every night, just doing silly shit or doing pranks and whatnot, just so you can get attention and somehow go viral, then yeah, that's a different situation. Her intention wasn't to go viral. It jumped on her. It's almost like the Patti LaBelle pies a couple years ago. When that dude did the interview, when he was ranking Patti LaBelle pies and just blew up, sometimes it just jumps on you and Patti LaBelle capitalize off of that. Now it's not as embarrassing as a Hawk Tuah, but the point is when something lands in your lap like that, you have to capture it because it doesn't come for everybody.
Okay. I'm curious about hearing from other people. I know you don't have a daughter, do you, Shannon? Okay. And I know Allie doesn't. Ruth, you have a daughter? No, you have a daughter, right? No, you got 2 daughters.
I have 3 daughters.
Okay. Yeah. I'm curious, Darwin. Go ahead.
So first, I don't think Hawk Tuah, the word or the phrase Hawk Tuah, is gonna keep a woman from being married. Shit, I would argue, in my experience, shit, women who can do the Hawk Tuah tend to stay married more than any woman. So I think that works as a plus for a woman. As long as she can cooperate and all the other stuff, she's good. The second thing I wanted to say was this goes back to what I've said before on this Let's Talk. When I posed the question to the women that were on the panel, and I said, what's more proficient as far as progression in life for a woman when it comes to success? You know, religion or her vagina? This might not necessarily be her vagina talking, but it relates to sex. And a lot of women were saying it was religion. This is case in point that for a woman in this world, her vagina can move mountains for her when it comes to success. I mean, it might not be appropriate, it might not be the moral thing to do, but it's the damn truth. A woman could, like the woman said, she could blow up. And I think Ali said she's a marketing agent. This thing can turn so many different ways for her. And she didn't even have to use her vagina. Just something about sex. You know what I'm saying? So if the woman can just try to think back to that question and rethink it and just relate it to what's going on with this individual in this video, you could see what I see and a lot of people that's watching. Now yield.
I know y'all don't have vaginas, but I didn't know y'all were pimps. But I'm gonna move on.
The funny thing is, she say I'm the pimping expert, and I'm the one against it. That's the funniest part about that.
And Shan, you shared this.
White women and pig feet.
Shan said this came on him. I would argue that this was already in her personality. Just listen to her talk. She just sounded like she would make a comment, sort of like myself, with no filter, and this shit just be funny and it hits. This was her personality being expressed. She was comfortable, and it just came out, and it won over her audience.
What are your plans moving forward? Like, do you want to still be the Hawk Tuah girl, or do you want to like?
I don't really want that to be like my image. Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me? It was kind of.
Yeah, I would argue that that's probably was the first time she said it. It just came to her mind.
She probably has a whole comedy fucking career ahead of her in some form, sitcoms and things of that nature, stand up and going on tour.
That ain't
If
the
she has some
first
good
time.
writers,
If
she
you-
got some good writers.
Yeah, that girl's
I
gonna
don't
be
think she
just
can
fine.
dodge.
She's gonna be just fine.
I don't think she
She'll
can
be
dodge
over
being done. She
Even
can't dodge being known
everybody.
for that. I don't care what she do. She's not going to dodge being known for Hawk Tuah. Much as bad as she wants to, that's what she's going to be known for.
That's
That's
not
how
her
she
first
plays it,
time.
though.
If you rewind the
That's how she
video,
plays
you
it.
see a hand motion. Look at the left hand when she said hop to.
What
Let's
are your
let's go
plans
back to
moving
that.
forward? Like, do
Roll
you
that
want to
beautiful beam
still be
footage.
the hook to a girl, or do you want to like?
I don't really
It's
want
coming
that
up
to
right
be like
now.
my image.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
He was kind enough to ask. And
Let's knock it off. She been there before.
No, I said it's probably the first time she said that phrase. I ain't say that was the time she cleaned the pipe.
Partner, that was the
But
whole routine.
we
Pay
can't even.
attention. Hawk Tuah. She had the honk,
She act
the
like she's
hand
a
motion.
virgin. Yeah, she was a virgin
Nah,
and then
she
it fell
with
in
it.
her lap. Absolutely not. She has some accountability in this as well.
No, I'm talking about the phrase. I'm not
She's
talking
speaking
about.
from experience. She's damn sure speaking from experience.
I'm not talking about the experience. I'm talking about just saying that phrase out.
Right. I feel you, McPherson.
I see dog man. He trying to humanize her.
Wow, she's a human though. That's a damn shame, Kitty. So you want to you? God, fuck, he come from?
Yeah, the same humanity you showed the guy in your shed. Yeah,
Man, you still on that, bro? You need to be cleansed, bro.
Go ahead, Trey.
So I'm with Marcus on the point of if I found out that was my daughter, I would be mortified, right? That's just me. Now, if this was like after the fact, she already did it, and I can't do nothing about it, then we're just gonna have to run it up. I'm just gonna tell her, hey, look, you the Hawk Tuah girl now, and we're gonna run it up. Like I'm talking about now, we getting merchandise. I'm getting an action figure. I'm getting sex toys. Like we about to run it all the way up because it's gonna be difficult for you to be a regular person right now. So we might as well just roll with it. You are now the official Hawk Tuah girl, and we just gonna have to figure
sex
out.
toys from your daughter?
It won't be like a mold of her body or nothing like that, but it would
It'd be
be
slime on it.
derived from it and something. I'll come up with a creative way to do it. I don't really want to get a yellow tag today, but there's some things you could do with that. So yeah, I would have ran it up. I would have ran it up. That's just
I know. That's the guy needs. I know.
just because like it's unfortunate, like, but she might as well lean into it because it's already a thing, right? So she can no longer pursue a normal life. Her DMs are going to be flooded for quite a while, and I'm pretty sure some people were saying she's going to get married. I'm willing to bet, I would bet the house on it that she got some proposals in her DMs just like that because they just thinking about it. And one of the reasons why I hate, a lot of people don't realize, like, with dudes, that's a trigger word. We saw that and we just, like, and you got to share it. And we shared it because I was like, yo, you need to see this. Like, we saw it, like you said, Kenny, we saw the hand. It's like, oh, she with the shit. So that's just one of them things when you got a girl that's down like that. We saw it and it took us right to that place where you had one of those vicious beasts that would just, unload on you, right? And when you get that, you're like, damn, she took us to that place. So we shared it. I shared it with as many gentlemen as possible so they could also go to that place, right? And that's how it became viral. She knew what she was doing. I think it was designed. I think she did it on purpose. She knew what she was doing. Like, you have to understand when you're going into an interview situation like that on the street, the potential for the virality is there. It's a good chance that it can happen. It's happened to a lot of people, right? And you got to understand that. It's all fun and games, but then once you do it, go ahead.
Hold on, Mark. I got a question.
If you had the opportunity to make your daughter famous via the exact same route with the exact same outcome as Kim Kardashian, would you do it?
No, I would not ever aim for that. Never in life. But I got a better question. Like I said, if I heard it, I would be mortified. However, once it's done to the point, the video's already recorded. She's already viral. She's already known for it. I was like, damn, we got to lean into it now because you already ruined it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got a better question for you, Trev. Which I know a lot of people talked about, you know, for a woman, it's kind of bad to be known for Hawk Tuah. Which one is worse? Being known for Hawk Tuah or being a single mom of 3?
Definitely the latter. Definitely the latter, right? But then we were saying one bad situation, another bad situation. I would prefer none of those. But if you had to choose between those two, and that's not what I'm preparing for. The odds of that actually happening are slim to none, right? But if that did happen, then I'm going to work with the situation the best that I possibly could, which is to just go ahead and run it up with the money, because it's going to be hard for her to get a regular job at that point. So now you got to lean into it, and you can be successful. We've seen Kim K do way worse. Like, look at what she started with. Maybe 30, 40 years ago, that would have never had happened. She exposed herself to the world, doing all kinds of crazy stuff that's supposed to be private. But now there's nobody who won't give her an endorsement right now. They're all like, yeah, let's go. We want you to be the face of it. She got to the White House talking about legislation, which is bizarre to me, but that's the way of the world right now. So it is what it is. People forget it. You got to understand how fickle society is. Once you are famous and you can kind of slow walk them into greatness, it don't even matter no more.
All right. Who haven't spoke on this? I know Kenny P haven't. Who else ain't spoke on it? Everybody spoke. Go ahead, Kenny.
Listen, Kim Kardashian, she was big off of one sex tape. Her other intimacies were with ball players. We know mad females that go that route, looking for that golden ticket. Her family just lucked up, dysfunctional as it is. It started at the head with the mother, but they built an empire. I can't tell them nothing. They got two loaves of bread and a sausage under each arm. Who am I?
Pause.
But as for morality and ethics, that could be fine with me. But in your life, you got to run your race. So who can really be judgmental at the end of the day? Because we all got something in our closet we don't want to talk about. You understand? Listen, if I could put Shannon on that little young girl and he could run up them M's, why not? You understand? As long as you comfortable with it and she comfortable with it, y'all will still be watching. I digress.
Better hope Diddy don't get hold of her first.
I just want to say, for the record, y'all never, ever, 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 ever compare me to a pimp again. I just want to make sure we clear on this one.
You done said some outlandish stuff out here, big brother. So you better.
No, you pimp. You still a pimp. You still
No,
a resident
still a
pimp.
pimp.
You still a resident King Tom pimp. And this ain't, and what we talk about ain't pimping. We ain't selling nobody. We're not selling. There's no impropriety here.
You my brother, but you done said some lines. You like, huh?
Y'all confusing. Yeah, but being able to transition my talking points to a smooth soliloquy to pimping.
But Mark, just check this out. Most P's wouldn't pimp their daughter though, anyways.
Yeah, they just pimp somebody else's daughter. Now let's what's your body count, Marcus?
Yeah. Trigger Mike $10 says, what serious man wants to walk around with spit on it? Spokesperson. What's going on, Trigger Mike? Salute to you. Brother Ali, 1999 says, isn't this King Talk? It's not King Talk today, Ali. Any man who would support and encourage their daughter to be known for spitting on D. Manhood has to come into question. No king would compromise their daughter for money. Definitely no God-fearing man. What I got to say about that?
Shots fired.
Yeah, he don't know what he's talking about. That he don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Right. He right though. But who's to judge someone else's morals and ethics?
Yeah, I mean, mine wasn't. I was the one that seemed like I was telling a lie or something. I'm like, I have a right to feel the way I feel about it. I'm not judging nobody else. I wouldn't do it my own.
Because we could go all the way back to music. I mean, you know, you got Little Kim. I mean, at what point where does the goalpost start,
Accountability.
or actually where does it stop?
So,
You know what I'm saying?
Shan, I got an example for you. I was at a barbecue the other day, and one of the upcoming drill rappers, right? His mother and father was in support of his process, and he got, you know, in Chicago, you're gonna have to be active to be on the drill scene. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, it's no way that I give my kid up for no amount of money, because he gonna end up getting killed within the next 10 years. It's almost guaranteed. It's almost guaranteed. And you pushing it forward, knowing that as a result. Like, at what point do money become something that's irrelevant when it comes to like the lives of your children? So that was the first thing I was thinking about when I think about like where I would draw the line on what I would allow them to do and what I would like. But I'm probably an extremist because I ain't never posted a picture of my kids on social media. It's a lot of stuff I never did. Like, the only people probably seen them is they ran up while I'm up here or something. You know what I'm saying? If you don't talk to me on the regular, you probably don't even know I'm married with kids.
No, I hear you. I guess my thing is this: nobody's blaming Madonna. You know, we got the Pussycat Dolls. We got, you know what I'm saying? When I tell you guys about Young M.A., the rapper, when we listen to Lil Kim and we listen to Nicki Minaj and we listen to Meg Thee Stallion, you know, now I'm not going Sexy Red because, you know, she's dirty and trashy and hood and all that other kind of stuff. But then if you talk about somebody else who's just a little bit cleaner, kind of like Destiny's Child, nobody says nothing, you know? So it's almost like we're saying Tuah, this thing that landed on her lap, by the way, is where I'm saying what we should capitalize on. Her making $65,000 in merch sales, which a lot more was sold, but that's just what she captured in the first week. We're saying, oh, no, we're too good for that. But then we don't have no problem going to a Jill Scott concert. How many of y'all have been to a Jill Scott concert? And if you haven't been there, you know what I'm talking about.
You know what it
She
is.
a freaky deaky, bro.
But nobody's tripping on Jill Scott because it's
Let me help you out, Shane. If any man got a daughter, she's that age, or if you don't think your daughter's sucking dick, bro, you need to wake the hell up. You need to wake the hell up. She's sucking that motherfucker. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro.
All my kids under 5, so that's so far from my my Rolodex of what's possible. So
I get it. That's your little girl, your little princess. She's knocking the top off that motherfucker in my Hank voice. Go ahead, Hank. I gotta hear it one time, Hank.
I would say this.
You ain't shit.
I would say this.
You ain't shit.
Go ahead, Ruth.
There's certain things I don't condone. There's certain things I don't let my kids do. I'd rather work day and night so my kids won't be in that position where they have to do certain things, you know, so they won't have to make certain decisions and join certain organizations over money. So that's what we're here for.
Turn 21, Ruth. But when they turn 21, I hate to say it, Ruth, they're gonna be knocking the top off that motherfucker.
They're not gonna be caught on camera talking about it. Up to it though. You gotta have some kind of class to it.
Okay, they're gonna do it in class. They're gonna say, what's the classy way to do it? Go ahead and tell me.
Behind the curtains, darling. Behind the curtains.
I'm teaching them to save it for marriage. So if they don't, that's their business. But they're not gonna be on nobody camera talking about this.
So even if say for example, like she's hanging, well, hypothetically speaking, your daughters are hanging out with their girlfriends and they girlfriends pull out their phone and they having a conversation amongst friends and it gets posted on social media. Is it going to be something that, I mean, she's talking to her friends. So how is it going to be looked at that point? Is it still going to be looked at the same, kind of differently? Just asking.
I never
Saying
blame. I never blame the girl for what happened. I don't blame her. I just moving forward, how you handle it. She can handle it more than one way instead of just capitalizing on it. You know, God has so many opportunities for people. I'm not gonna say this is the only opportunity I'm ever going to have in life. I don't see it that way. I see it as abundance out there. I don't look at it from a lack mentality. That's why I say if you have a skill or you have a talent or you have a business, you're gonna make it regardless. That's not the only way. So for us to be irresponsibly putting out to the youth, to 16-year-olds that's watching this right now, that if something happened to you, just capitalize, get that money. That's not the only way. Like, the money is everywhere.
I was told the more you hold them back, the more you hold them back from the pipe, the more they want it. I don't know if that's a saying or not.
I'm back
but I heard the pastor.
to no response.
I heard the pastor's daughter.
Well, look,
pastor's daughter showing up.
Answer the brown sugar question, man. If my daughter need to reevaluate her friends if her friends did some shit like that, for real, she need to reevaluate her friends.
Let me ask you a question. You listen.
21-year-olds, they pull their phone out. This is that generation. They just pull their phone out for anything.
Okay,
next week, get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Think about it, ladies. Y'all probably was hot touring before 21, like right?
Well, see, that's not their
Yeah.
argument, Darwin.
So,
their argument isn't like, we were angels.
When I say capitalize off of it, me personally, I don't mean you just stay the hawk to a girl. I mean you really push your other like hobbies, ventures, or skills that talents you already have, and you just build off that name, because like Shannon said, it kind of landed on you. But then, I mean, you have a name of your own. So, I mean, what's so hard about even trying to push a name? You may not want to be known for it. I know Darwin said you're forever going to be known as that person. But I mean, if you push your own personal brand, market it the way that you're supposed to, you could essentially become the person that you meant to be. You just started off as the Hawk Tuah girl.
Which is the whole Catch Me Outside example, because, you know, that's how we know her. That's how she was introduced when she was on Dr. Phil with the Catch Me Outside going off. And then now y'all had to tell me Bad Baby or whatever her name is. She's created an entire different, nobody even talks to her about Catch Me Outside no more. That was so long ago. That's dead. Nobody tripping off of that. What else has she done that's making money?
OnlyFans.
She used the opportunity a lot of times.
She's doing OnlyFans. She's doing OnlyFans. That's what she's springboarding into. OnlyFans and pretending to be black online.
I thought she had an album. Didn't she make money on music too?
No, she sucked the music, but what she sucked the music, but what happened was on her 18th birthday, she did an OnlyFans and she made millions. People actually waited until the girl turned 18 years old for her to drop her OnlyFans, and then she made millions and millions.
Did she have
off
sex
of it.
on it, or what did she do on her OnlyFans? Do you know?
I never watched it. No.
See the video of her doing the split.
You trying to set him up, man. Set him up.
Sexual content.
I don't know the specifics. Somebody outside. She called somebody outside on the OnlyFans.
I seen a video of her doing a split and then bouncing each ass cheek like the other day. So I'm guessing it's some OnlyFans type shit. She had muscular control. I could say that much for her.
I seen the video. She had one in one and one in the other. And she was doing the split just like you said.
You said one in one? Wait, Darwin, what happened? What was she doing?
What was she doing, Darwin?
One in one, one in the other.
Like dudes or toys?
Toys.
So wait, what found you watching that, Darwin?
I'm just playing. I'm just fucking with y'all, bro.
Yeah, you
trying to die. He rolling back now.
Where you was going.
Don't retreat.
Kenny want me to tell the whole story.
Yeah, I do because
he got a handful of lotion. That's why he wants to hear it. He's like, what she was doing?
All right, do y'all think if you support her in the Hawk Tuah, you push her towards OnlyFans?
Yeah. If she has the right marketing team around her.
Hell no, I would do one better. Make the whole channel, make the whole platform Hawk Tuah. It's a competition, not OnlyFans. So the only thing you're gonna get on there is fucking Hawk Tuah's video.
No, I don't push back. No.
You know what's
Talking about
crazy?
walk 3,000.
Are y'all trolling? Or y'all serious?
That
No,
is
I'm
a
serious,
ticket's idea, though.
Hey,
That's a good
you think
idea.
we're gonna go
See, what you
from
guys
to
thinking
hot
is that the
tour?
Hawk Tour girl is going to be out there doing the Hawk Tour on video. What Darwin just said is, you know what? I'm going to take this term. Everybody already know what it's associated with. I'm going to create a platform, and all the women that want to do some Hawk Tour, they can sign up, and I'll get a cut, and I'll become a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever, as a CEO of this.
Thank
But y'all
you.
never see me do anything.
Power move.
Wow, Darwin.
Andrew
The clock
Tate?
is right twice a day.
Instead of going under
Good stuff.
OnlyFans, challenge, compete, become a competitor.
And you know, she
All
got
right, you
brand
know,
deals in her inbox right now. She got brand deals.
Absolutely.
She probably got.
Absolutely. And
She
but what
probably
y'all are
got.
saying
She probably
is,
got Kenny in her inbox too.
ignore all those brand deals, ignore all that stuff. None of it's asking you to get naked. None of it's asking you to do anything nasty. None of these brand deals is asking you to have sex or do anything. None of that. But you should simply ignore all of these opportunities that can change the trajectory of your life and your family's life because of how it is or what the phrase means. That holier than thou thing is a thing that holds a lot of people back also. And you know, you got to look at it like Brown Sugar Goddess said. She said, you know, you don't necessarily have to be the Hawk Tour. That you use that as a springboard to do bigger and better and greater things in the future. But to just say, I'm shutting that down. Oh, shut it down. We ain't talking about it. Don't interview me about it. I don't want to hear about it. Then you just relegate yourself back to just mediocrity.
I'd be more than happy with my child being mediocre than
And
being famous.
nothing's wrong with mediocrity. Let's
Yeah.
make that clear. Nothing's wrong.
But we all mediocre here.
Living
so
a
make it
normal life.
No, we not. No, we not either.
Did we forget the Missy
Something wrong
Elliott?
with mediocrity.
All right, y'all, we got to transition, y'all.
Don't be
All right.
mediocre,
Did we forget
y'all.
about that? Missy Elliott was the first that we heard say something on vinyl, on record about that Hawk Tour shit. She says them in her lyrics. Missy Elliott did.
Now, if I
It was
hold
a
this,
sister.
am I gonna be rich?
Oh,
It was a
Missy
sister.
Elliott. Did you say Missy Elliott, Hank?
Yeah.
Nobody, but she got a whole
It was a
street named
sister.
after her in Virginia.
She
She got
was
the
a
key to the
sister, that's
city.
why.
She got the
I
key to
remember
the
that one,
city.
Talking about
yeah.
an innocent little
Virginia
white
Beach.
girl doing it. That's
All right, y'all.
different.
We got to transition, y'all. We got to transition. If you guys just tuning in, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. So, DJ Academics got held accountable for dating younger women.
It's crazy though, bro. What? You 32 dating a 23-year-old. If that was my little sister, I'd stick my foot in your ass. Hell no, that's normal, nigga. Bro, my little sister 23, she can't date you, nigga. You a whole man. Like my little sister got some development to do in the brain. She ain't even mature enough. Your sister can't date a nigga in his 30s? Fuck no. She better go date a 23-year-old, 25-year-old, the highest. No nigga in his 30s for what? That's crazy though, bro. What? You 32 dating a 23-year-old. If that was my little sister, I'd stick my foot in your ass. Hell no, that's normal, nigga. Bro, my little sister 23, she can't date you, nigga. You a whole man. Like my little sister got some development to do in the brain. She ain't even mature enough. Your sister can't date a nigga in his 30s? Fuck no. She better go date a 23-year-old, 25-year-old, the highest. No nigga in his 30s for what?
Shit, a nigga in his 20s is gonna fuck her development up, especially if he ain't on his shit. He tripping.
Goodness gracious, where do we start? Go bounce it around, JR. You know, you already know how I feel about this shit.
Pause, bro. Pause.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to Kenny first. Go ahead, Kenny.
That little crackhead ain't kicking nobody and no butt. He about 85 pounds. I saw his knees, like the joint ligaments and stuff, through those galore pants. He look crazy.
Shooter, bro. That's code word for shooter. Hey, he ain't fighting. You talking about shooter.
Talk about you. Come on, man. You leave it alone. Listen, once a woman is over 21, in most places it's younger, but let's say 21. Let's
18.
use the voting age. A lot. 21. You got an older man. Men develop slower. If he finds that and he's treating her right, what are you to say? If he's treating your sister right, he's teaching her the A's and B's. What are you to say at that point in time? And he's 32. That's within a fair age range. What's the difference? That's 9 years. You got women like Russell Simmons' daughter dating that brand dude. They got a 60 year age difference. That's nasty. That's nasty work. You got Russell Simmons when he was messing with Kimura. That's nasty work. You got Jay-Z when he was destroying young girls like Foxy Brown and Aaliyah, rest in peace. Come on, man. That's acceptable age. If you legal, there's nothing you can really do about it unless somebody's doing your sister dirty or doing a female that you know dirty. They're adults now. I digress.
Oh, she 23. I got news for him. It's going down. She hawked Tuah in that motherfucker right now. Probably when he said that shit. And the guy, I would argue the guys that's in their 30s is probably stunting more than the guys that's in their 20s. So they're gonna be the ones to pull up in the in the BMX 87. Where my man BMX 87 or whatever they pull up in the damn AMG and hook her, with the whip. So that dude got it. I'm gonna yield. Y'all go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Ali. Ali, sorry.
I don't know. I think, objectively, the frontal lobe comment not being fully developed, her being 23 versus him being in his 30s, I get that 100%. But then at the same time, it's like these girls that are 23, because I've seen it so many times, they be after these older men as well. I've seen it so many times. Just go to a blackjack table at midnight, you'll see it. And it's like, she may be onto something too. Like her bro doesn't know that, So so again, like she's grown. So I agree with that comment. There's two sides to every story. So it's like she's probably not seriously dating him in his 30s. She might have. Everybody's got an agenda. I feel like, and when you have that kind of dynamic, there's something like that going on. You can't tell me that you have a 23-year-old and a 30-some-year-old. Those are wildly different times, So that's kind of how I see it.
Okay. Go ahead, Trev.
Yeah. Once you've grown. There's different ideas of what people feel are grown, right? On this side, we say 18, right? There's some people who would consider 21. If you go to other countries, it varies even more, right? We won't get into that, but listen, you 21 years old, you come out, you can drink with me, man. Listen, there should be a maturity level that you're looking for as a man, but as far as that whole age thing, if you're illegal, then it is what it is. You can't tell anybody what they need to be doing, and you definitely can't threaten me with violence, because that ain't gonna go well. But I don't see the issue with it, and that's not a ridiculous age gap anyway. That's like 9 years or whatever. That's not even that deep. Like like Kenny P was saying, it gets a lot crazier than that. There's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 year gaps, and I think there is a limit, right? But if they're two consenting adults, that's not for anyone else to judge. If you don't want your daughter to do things like that, then, I guess you have to prepare her in life to not want to do that, right? But it is what it is. At the end of the day, she's still going to make her own choices. So if the dude is taking care of her, he's doing right by her, he's not abusing her, he respects her, he's providing for her, it is what it is. As long as that particular female can get whatever it is that she's looking for out of that man, and vice versa, I don't see the problem. If it's a functional relationship where both parties' needs are met, I don't see the problem. And it's for no one on the outside to judge. They don't have a say in that. Once you're a grown-up, you make your own decisions, and you pick who you want to have in your life, and nobody has a say on it. All that having a say on it, that's in the developmental years. If you can mold them in a way that, and you give them the value, instill values in them, and you hope for the best, but you have to allow them to make their own choices. It's as simple as that.
Unwritten rules, fellas. If another man tell you what he gonna do to you in your face, on camera or whatever, make that motherfucker eat his words. I would have told him, I hit you, sister. Now what you gonna do? Because a lot of these guys talk about how they're gonna put the, go ahead.
No, I want to hear you guys. Let's skip the legality of it and speak to the principle of it, like the guy in the video was. So yeah, I know. Oh, once you're 18 or once you're 21, you know, in other countries, let's remove the legal part. Do you guys believe what he believed in the video? Do you believe that a 23-year-old girl, a 23-year-old woman dating a 33-year-old man is ridiculous and should be met with such, you know, disdain as the guy in the video? Trev, let's talk about the people that just spoke. Trev,
oh yeah, well, no, I feel like I addressed that because I said it's a 9-year difference, and I don't feel like that's an issue, right? That's not an issue. And my main point was, if both parties are getting their needs met, it's for nobody else to talk about, right? I don't see a problem with that. There is a limit to it, but if you have two consenting adults, it is what it is. Like 9 years is not a big deal to me. Once you start getting into, you know, like 50 and stuff like that, I'd be like, damn, okay, somebody's taking advantage somewhere, right? Because what are you going to be relating on? But it's not for me to judge it, but I wouldn't agree with it and I wouldn't encourage it. But it's not for me to judge at the end of the day.
I got an
That's what they
argument for
want to
that.
do is to consider those. You do?
But Ali, no, yeah, even that. But Ali, what remove the legality side of it? How do you feel about a 33-year-old man dating a 23-year-old woman, morally speaking?
Morally, I feel like it's lightweight awkward because 23 is fresh out of college, your first year. And I get what Trev is saying if your needs are met, but that 9-year time frame between 23 and, I don't know, 35 or whatever is very different. Very different. So her circle of friends, her group of people, her life goals, whatever they may be, are so different at 23 and 25 when that frontal lobe is fully developed, emotional impulse control, all of those things. And his should be fully developed. So by then, that's why it feels awkward. It's lightweight awkward. So
well, if he's supposed to be the leader, as long as one of them is developed and mature, especially the man in the situation, shouldn't it be okay?
Both should be fully developed?
I would think they would. I think the woman being 23 years old is developed enough to be a suitable wife. I don't know how much. I don't know
that's why I politely disagree.
What do you think she's missing at 23? What do you think she's missing at 23 in order to be a suitable wife?
Everything. 22, 23. You just finished school, like a bachelor's degree. Like you barely learning to pay rent on your own.
You got to finish college. Yeah. You got to be independent to be a wife.
That doesn't really make sense to me because most of our grandparents, even my parents, they were married at like 20, 21 and all that. I don't understand how it becomes a problem now. It never was. Because they were able to function as adults. They had responsibilities. They had children. They managed households without their frontal lobes being developed, right? In their early 20s, 20 people were doing that. It was never an issue. Now all of a sudden we need way more development.
Generations were together out of culturally more blind commitment.
Say that again.
What was that?
Yeah, and humans, we turned out pretty. You know, looked like we looking around the world. We turned out pretty all right.
Mm-hmm.
Historically speaking, the humanity has done pretty well for itself based on our traditions and the way we've done it so far. See, far too often do I hear usually women that say the young women are not mentally ready. She doesn't know herself and whatnot. She's not. You know, when we talk, we bring up this frontal lobe conversation. You know, the frontal lobe is what your motor skills and your social skills and, you know, your planning and executive functions, and of course your emotional control, impulse control. So a lot of people say, well, you know, she's not set yet, but you want her to date a boy that's not set too. See, oftentimes we talk about women aren't ready to be wives, but are these young 23-year-old men ready to be the husband? Provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate is what we want our men to have. But you expecting that from a 23-year-old guy that's out here with his pants at his ass, sliding up in the bar in clubs and spinning and his main goal is to get a fucking a Dodge Charger. What 23-year-old man is prepared to be able to take care of her the way she needs to take care of? So it's almost like we're so used to struggle love that we want to put struggle love on the generations after us. See, in my opinion, 10-year gap is great, especially for a 23-year-old girl and a 33-year-old guy, because he is in a position that he wants to be where women claim that they want men to be at. But instead, because we're so used to struggle love, it's almost like, no, 23 years old, 25 at the max age. So what? So they can go through hell? So they can be out there scraping nickels and rubbing nickels together and figuring out how to get this out the mud and working on. And that is where the highest divorce rate is. Because two people is out there, women is out there. I saw a video where a girl was like trying to get her man to go work at Waffle House, and he was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I know these people. She's like, man, I'm out here. Neither one of them could have been any older than 21, 22. But they got a child, and she's complaining, and she's like, man, I'm out here spending money because women are out there developing and making things happen. And the guy, he just wants to rip and run the streets. But if she was to meet a 33-year-old guy who's already ripped and ran the streets, he did that 10 years ago, right? Now he's a junior executive has a corner office and is on his way to a C-suite. He's not qualified for the 23-year-old that wants to start he wants a family. She probably wants a family, but we're saying no because the age gap is crazy. She should date this kid that still wants to go to the club tonight. That makes no sense to me. So can somebody
I don't think
make
she's
that
dating at all. So why can't he get a family with a 32-year-old woman?
Okay, because you're in geriatric stage right there, 18 to 35. So it behooves a man to get a woman younger so he don't get no deformed kid or some woman that can't push out babies. If you want to keep it raw, a woman that's 23 that says she don't want a man that got his feet grounded, and it seems weird. So Ali Young, let me ask you a question. You care to share your age or no?
Sure, I'm 36.
Okay, when did you go to college?
Yeah.
Okay, when you came out of college, did you have debt?
Yes.
Okay, so now you find a guy that sees you, sees value in you, sees potential in you. You're 23, fresh out of college off of ramen noodles with debt, which is actually a bad deal for most men because he's now eating the cost if he wishes to be with you and cleave to you. But he sees potential in you. But it's weird that I am 9 years older than you. I'm willing to show you that I went through my rough and whole stage as a man. Let's keep it a buck. And I'm ready to get a woman that I'm ready to take seriously. And I was like, baby, I got you. You 32 and I'm 23. I got the rest of my life. No, you don't. The clock's ticking. You best find somebody that wants you. The pickings is slim.
Right. If that's the priority.
I can't see that as being weird. If you find a man.
Hold on, what else would be the priority?
Okay.
What else would be the priority would be a fulfilling career. Priorities for women is not always having kids.
Okay.
There you go. You heard it. You can't make this shit up.
Okay, so you realize that the most fruitful time for a woman to have children is 18 to 35. So you're willing to sacrifice that
to work at Netflix and potentially get laid off. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Listen, you're allowed to make your choices. Just be
I think my
with the
perspective
outcome.
is a little different though, because when you're second generation immigrant, the grind to be successful and the drive is a bit different. So that question, I understand where you're coming from objectively as a whole for people, but for individuals like myself, that's why the goal has never been to just get married and have kids. The goal is to be successful and be okay and survive. So it's like, I don't think that it would be morally right to use a man at 23.
Why do you separate success and survival away from family? Why is that separate?
when you don't have a lot of family, when, you know, if you are second generation, they're not here. So you have to build that first generation yourself, you know? So that's why it's like, it's kind of like an awkward thing to decide. Like, yeah, I'm going to use, it just doesn't seem morally right to use a man who's older to say, yeah, I'm going to use him to.
Why is the paradigm that you look at a man wishing to cleave to you is you using him rather than.
Because I should be capable of providing for myself.
Okay, so you're telling me that now makes you null and void within the relationship. You're unable to take care of yourself, being that the majority of households in today's structure, non-traditional society, needs 2 incomes. So now you're now invalid because you cleave to a man and you feel your purpose is now just being barefoot and pregnant, and that's not what he's professing. He just wants to build with you and he sees potential. You don't see that?
At 23.
At 23.
At 23.
Okay, at 23. So you don't believe a man who's on his square, sees potential in you, can help mold you the way you need to be, and he just be the covering for you?
Well, that's where I guess I'm getting the wires crossed. And what is wrong with a woman being able to do that herself until she's ready?
There's nothing wrong, but they have an age-old adage: no man is an island. That also goes for women. So you prefer struggle harder than have somebody that's willing to roll up their sleeves side to side with you and make it
struggle
work.
love. That's why I said struggle love.
If the opportunity presented itself, then I'm sure I would have entertained it, but it's just my mindset and the way that I was raised.
The 23-year-old is seeing an opportunity with the 9-year difference, and she's taking the opportunity.
And you yourself, Allie, just said if the opportunity did present itself, you probably would take it. But when another woman when the opportunity presented itself to another 23-year-old, it's almost like, oh, that's weird. Why did you do that?
It still doesn't take away from
us, because it seems like when the opportunity passes by certain women, they say, oh, don't do that. It's almost like they're selling other women to fail like I did, or don't get, or I didn't get that opportunity, but I don't want you to have it either, girl. Just work like I did. It's almost like
I stand by what I said. It still feels lightweight awkward. So,
but you would have still took the opportunity.
No, I said I would have entertained it, but it still feels lightweight.
What does that mean, Allie?
It's become, this conversation is becoming quite centered, but I'm saying, like, 23-year-old objectively nowadays, fresh out of college, still getting her feet wet, still getting her name in the game. And Kenny asked about me personally. It just didn't present itself in that way.
Okay, it wasn't bashing you nor dogpiling. I just want to get that out there.
Yeah.
I just tried to see what you were seeing, your perception of what it is. So would you say you're a successful woman? I'm just generalizing. I'm not bashing. I'm just using you as a model for me to see the way you see things.
Yeah.
You're successful?
It's just, yes.
Are you married?
No, I don't measure success with marriage.
No. I was just asking basic questions.
Okay.
Do you have children?
No.
Okay.
But I've raised kids, so.
Listen, here's the reality. The video, I guess Academics is dating a 23-year-old, and he's 30-something years old. And the brother said, man, that's nasty. My sister's 23-year-old, and if you would have been dating her, I would have had a problem. If we truly care about the success of our youth, if we really care about this astounding divorce rate that's happening, where more people are divorcing than staying together, because for whatever reason, for the myriad of reasons, if you care about the success, you cannot, I think that you should not want a young woman who's 23 years old, who innately desires children, family, and to settle down, to do that with somebody who his frontal lobe ain't developed either. And he doesn't even know what career he's going to pick yet. He's at McDonald's next to her. And we want them to struggle together because, that's how you do it. As opposed to somebody who's already gone through that struggle, likes her, and is willing to take care of all the things that needs to be taken care of so she can have a softer life to maybe make her career a lot easier to attain, as opposed to figuring out how to go 50-50 with this 23-year-old partner of hers that can't get his shit together. It makes no sense. The age gap dating is the best way for success, in my personal opinion. And I think it's just odd that so many people are accustomed to saying, "Nah, man, I'm not doing that weird. That's too the age is too far apart." And these two people like each other, and it's actually working out for them, especially considering the man is in a position that can make it easier for her life to become what she wants to be. That's just how I feel.
Let me get Brown Sugar in there. Go ahead, Brown Sugar.
I don't think it's the age gap. Like the 9 years isn't the problem. It's the 20s. I think that's the issue. Like if she were in her 30s and he were in his 40s, that really wouldn't be an issue. I think it's just the 20s for me. She's still young. She's still impressionable. If it's still, men out here who, we just had a problem with the hot Tuah girl, but now we want to push a 23-year-old onto a grown man who may or may not even have good intentions for her. Every 32-year-old man out here is not looking for marriage and will lead a 23-year-old straight to hell. Sure will. Not saying that it's a 30-year-old man out here that'll lead her through the gates of heaven. I'm not saying that either, but a 32-year-old man.
What are the odds? You think she's better off with a 23-year-old than a 32-year-old? The 32 is gonna lead her to hell. The guy that's already established, got the house, he has his home, he has a job, he has a 401k.
I would rather
she's better with the dude at
so
McDonald's.
growing pains than you being a grown man knowing what.
Struggle love. You want to be.
If that's what you say, I don't say struggle love, because a 23-year-old fresh out of college, he could well be put together himself, going to college or not going to college, whatever route he takes. At 23, he could well be on his way.
Okay, Brown Sugar. The example that we were given is a millionaire, and he's dating a 23-year-old, and the brother found issue with it. This man is well-to-do, and the first thing that you chose.
We not going. He got money, but
okay. Wait.
The stuff that
Allow me to get it off, and you can rebut me.
I wouldn't.
No, Kenny, let her finish.
Hold on, yeah. What at a time?
Let her finish and dissect it, bro.
DJ Academics, he really a goofy out here. So just because he got money, that don't mean nothing. So I wouldn't trust my daughter with a 32-year-old man who is a straight goofy. You out here every time your name is in the shade room, it's for something goofy. You out here demeaning women, but that's the man that I want my daughter dating. You out here, you always demeaning women. You can't stand up to no man. So when you out with my daughter and something happen, I could just expect you to fold under pressure. You ain't gonna be no type of protection to my daughter, or you gonna be some type of instigator, because that's just your personality. DJ Academics, no, let's talk about somebody else who at least got some class to him, and then maybe it could be some type of weight to the conversation. But no, DJ Academics, he ain't holding no weight. No.
Michael, well, that makes sense, but that wasn't his argument. He said simply because of the age.
May I respond to her?
Well, the age.
Sugar, may I respond to you?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
May I respond to you?
Yes.
So now it shows me that you bit the carrot, the same carrot that got him rich. He plays the heel. That's how he got his money. For you thinking that he was something, he actually sold you a character.
That's all I know. I don't know the real.
Exactly.
Do you?
So
that's all I see. I can't defend the real.
Okay, Brown Sugar, from how he got on, was talking about Chirac making himself what they would consider, Marcus, am I correct, a goofy, right? So he built his brand on being the heel. So you
That's
get
really
the
who he
character
is, though,
too.
Kenny. Nah, that's who he is, bro.
Okay,
Like, look
but
at his
wait.
life situations. That's
Okay.
him.
So Marcus, follow me. So he made his brand on being the heel. He made millions off of it. Who is to say that you came in the door because you have a bias against him? Who says that if you had a 23-year-old sister, he wouldn't treat her like a queen? But here's the thing. Give 7 more years, you had no problem with a 40-year-old man dating a 30-year-old man. Make it make sense. Okay, 7 more years, she'll have the aptitude to deal with men in that market and be able to discern properly.
I think it's
nuanced
nuanced.
better.
It depends on
Well,
who the
you know,
man
listen,
is. To her
they
point,
actually
saying,
Brown Sugar actually remove it. I mentioned Michael B. Jordan. I said that. I said that earlier. I said we'll use Michael B. Jordan. He's 10 years older than Lori Harvey, but that was wonderful. Nobody complained about that age gap. Lori Harvey is 27 today. Michael B. Jordan is 37 today. When they dated 2 years ago, they were 35 and 25. Everybody has an issue with that too.
I mean, hey, I mind my business, but
oh, now you mind your business.
But at the end of the day, yes, I still disagree with that. But I still mind my business. I'm gonna get my input, but I still say what I said. At 20 years old, yeah, you're not fully developed. But we study comparing celebrities. Like, that's a whole different ball game. We're not talking about the mediocre. In the mediocre world, that is low-key weird. Yes.
Brown Sugar.
That is.
I believe
Sugar. Real quick. Brown Sugar. If I was able to get you that 65,000, you wouldn't take it?
At 23, I mean.
No. The example that was given by Shannon. If I was able to raise 65,000 from just something that you did, a mannerism, you wouldn't take the money?
A mannerism, yes, I would, but money not moving me. So that don't mean we in a relationship.
You just said yes.
I mean, if you want to do something out of the kindness of your heart, sure. But I mean, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, he's the most incredible man because he just got. I mean, you could be sitting on 200 million and that's 60,000, not nothing to you. I mean, money's not gonna impress me. So to answer that's my answer.
Wait. You just said you'd take it.
Yes, I would. That doesn't. I'm gonna take it.
So you just gave all that lip service for nothing.
That doesn't mean we're in a DJ academics 23-year-old relationship. Thank you.
I think the premise of the argument was not based on specifically DJ academics. I think it was specifically the age difference. So I don't know why we went there with the DJ academic thing. And I'm starting to see sisters are more beginning to cleave to other races who look at being a career woman as a superiority or a priority. And our sisters, we really never used to have that issue until they started marching alongside these women, these other races, as far as trying to be empowered and be independent, which kind of sucks. But typically, guys, y'all can see, case in point, I'm glad how Kenny kind of made her swallow her foot there. But it's just disgusting to hear that a woman say family is not a priority when literally everything you typically do, literally everything you go out and do is specifically for your legacy. I just don't understand it.
That's what I was trying to get at, Allie. I think you're a beautiful woman.
But that's where it doesn't connect.
Okay, wait. So once you get everything, then you'll start looking for a husband to cleave to and try to build a family.
It's just I don't know how.
No, it's just a question.
No, I mean, if it happens, it happens. This sounds bold, but I really don't care if it happens or not.
So you wish to be alone? You wish to be alone?
No.
Hold on, wait, Katie. You said you were second. You said you were first generation, second generation, or something like that.
Immigrant, yeah.
And you said we gotta start. You said we gotta start, so we can.
Because I don't have family
get the generations after us going. How the hell do you get generations after you rolling if you're not procreating with a spouse? If you're not creating families?
what I meant by that is that, to your point where you said you just don't understand it because all your time and things is spent with family. Now imagine being a first or second generation immigrant where you didn't have family around and your focus is to make sure that you are surviving and you're okay. So it's like that's why that's the priority of how it works. Like we
You
believe
said
different.
just a
And that's
moment
what
ago,
different.
Darwin, give me a
and that's
second.
why hold on. And that's when I ask you, why do you separate survival and success from family?
And my answer to that was because of my background.
Because you said if you found a man, it would be like you were begging him, and you don't
No,
want to be under his
I-
leverage.
No, not begging. I just don't think it would be morally right. Like it would feel like I'm using him to get ahead in a sense when I know that I can do it myself. You know, like my priority at 23 was building a portfolio. So it's like and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't understand why it's coming off that
Are you married?
All right, like I want
Are
you
you
to hold
married?
that thought. Let me get some other people involved in this, y'all, because we're gonna keep going around the circle with the same people. Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, I think my man Kenny's trying to get at you, and I don't blame him. Go ahead, Kenny. Do what you got to do, bro. He's trying to give you a family, Ali. Me personally, I wouldn't date a younger woman. Me personally, but I mean that's his thing. If me as a father, I would definitely have to vet the man to make sure his intentions are good for my daughter. That's the first thing I would do. Now, if his intentions are good, he seemed like a well-to-do person. He got his priorities in order. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. But if his intentions bad, he ain't gonna be around my daughter, and that's not gonna be the case. And I would definitely encourage her to look elsewhere. I'll let her know. I don't have no problem with the age gap. It's just a person that I have an issue with. And if he's not the right person, you don't need to be with, regardless of his age. Now, he could be the same age as you. It doesn't matter. If he's not about what he needs to be about, you don't need to be with him. So I'm going to leave it there.
JR, can I ask Hank a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hank, the 33-year-old, with your 23-year-old daughter, the 33-year-old, his intentions are good. But then the 23-year-old guy, his intentions are good. You found that both of these guys' intentions are good. But the 33-year-old guy, he has a condominium. He owns his car. He's a manager. He's not a junior associate. He's a manager with a team up under him, and he's making X amount of dollars. And he has good intentions of loving and taking care of your daughter for the rest of her life. The 23-year-old has good intentions and wants to take care of your daughter for the rest of her life as well. Yet, he works at Home Depot and he's a cashier. And he's working on it, and he has plans one day to become something, and he knows what he wants to do. He just got to, has to get there, and he stays with his uncle in the extra room. But he loves your daughter and he has good intentions. Which one is best for your daughter?
Well, if they both got good intentions, like you said, then I'll allow her, and then I feel like they both got good intentions. One's struggling, one's trying to come up. Then I'm allow her to choose that individual. And if she chooses the older one, I'm okay with that one. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, I don't have that problem with that 9 to 10 year age gap. Now, when it gets a little older than that, 15 and higher, then I may be might have an issue. Mm-hmm. But 10 years, I don't see that as a problem. Not to me.
All right. Go ahead, Ruth.
Okay, so you guys are exhibiting why women are scared to be with an older man, because all this, why would you do it? Oh man, like, relax. It's intimidating. She's 23. She's young. The reason why women don't want to date, when I was younger, I didn't want to date a way older guy because I knew he'd have one up on me all the time on everything in life. Now, it's fine when you want to marry her, right? And you would be a good man. Like, everybody knows you're a good man. But what happens if he's not a good man? That's your daughter that got married to a guy who manipulates her, who controls her, who calls every single shot. She's not happy. The reason why I can say this is because I've experienced it. And for me, when I had a chance to go older, I saw what they had. I saw they had their home paid off, their pension, their all of that. They also wanted to retire. I wasn't that attracted to them. We forgetting that just because you're attracted to a 20-year-old doesn't mean she's attracted to you the way you're attracted to her. So she may choose a younger guy because she just think he fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. You want to eliminate that and call it struggle love, shaming the man. You was 20 before too. You were broke too. And then you just said your grandma and your grandpa got together. They were young and they were close in age. They were probably just a year or two apart, right? And then that we made it, we survived. Next thing you know, why you want to struggle love? Didn't grandma and grandpa struggle love and we came out okay? But it's like because y'all want a younger girl so bad. Yeah. You want them to like you, but why y'all ain't got a 20-year-old wife? That's what I'm trying to understand. Then you surprised when y'all get a divorce when you 80 years old and then she taking half your money and talking about she was a gold digger. You led with your money. Because that's not what she wanted you for. She didn't want you because you was fine. She didn't want you because you was potent. Okay? Okay, young women, you're going to have to go through some other things when you're dating an older man. I'm not going to tell you how I know. And that's that.
Ruth,
so
you that friend.
I'd rather struggle love somebody that really loves me, accept me for who I am, is not going to die early on me because I got that option. Now, if you don't have that option, go ahead, girl. Young girl, do your thing. Do your thing, man. But if I had that option, that's not the option that I would choose for myself because I want somebody, I don't want to be,
Okay, let her finish.
Yeah, I don't want somebody to die early on me, so that's why I didn't choose the age gap.
Ruth, you that girl, when homie talking to the girl, you that one that come like, girl, not him. Not that one. He ain't got no money. He's short. He broke. He got low
you haven't been watching the show.
He got no potential.
He told on himself. He has not
I had to put on my spectral color glasses so I can see the bullshit coming.
No,
you know what's crazy is that the divorce statistics show that the younger ones divorce faster.
I can't respond to him.
Nah, that's exactly. You proving my point.
I can't respond to Kenny.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't tell them no, that's not him. Because for me particular, that's why I like Hank's answer. It depends on the man. If I would have married a 30-something-year-old, I'd still be married to today. So y'all have a point. 23-year-olds may not be interested in have the best for your daughter, right? But that's why she should wait till she's like 25. And I do agree that she shouldn't say, well, I never want to get married. I'm gonna wait till I'm 30. Because you should get married in your prime. Some women make marriage a priority. I did. I got married at 19 years old. But it doesn't mean it's always going to work out. And the statistics also say when you are close in age, right? Y'all both don't have that much experience. You grow through life together. That's the happiest. And the best relationships, they are equal partners. That's what the statistics say.
What's that?
No, it's not.
Post them.
What's that? Where'd you get that?
Where'd you get them stats from?
You just making that up? Where'd you get that report?
That's true.
You want to borrow my glasses?
Not the man leading, not the woman leading, but them leading together. They reported to be the happiest. Those are real stats. I could go find them somewhere.
Ruth, you still married?
No, I'm not married. Let's get personal. Yeah.
So,
are y'all married? Y'all married to
20 I'm married, and it is just crazy that the reason why y'all don't want an older man that got his shit together is because y'all don't want him hanging some shit over y'all head. That's sign language for y'all don't want to be submissive.
What is he talking about? I was submissive. I was submissive. What are you talking about?
No, you ain't fucking submissive. You don't want to cooperate. You don't want to submit. You weren't.
No. But Ruth didn't marry an older guy. Ruth didn't marry an older guy, Darwin. She married somebody her age.
4 years.
I'm saying, I'm talking about the language.
4 years. 4 years. And you know.
So submission comes with age because I
said the language.
I was submissive. Y'all can't say I wasn't. I was.
And then you speaking in fear. All y'all using fear. It might not work. And nothing is certain.
Well, y'all just pulled the stats that said it doesn't work 50%.
It don't matter if you're 75.
So
nothing is certain. It's all about the outcomes. When Shannon was laying out the lifestyle, he was talking about the outcomes that you want. Typically, most women want those outcomes. So that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about anything that's certain. We're talking about the outcome. The outcomes are already there. Lifestyle is already there. You got an opportunity to go with a man who can provide you the lifestyle. But y'all gonna pick a fucking pookie.
I don't need a lifestyle. I'm good. I can make my own lifestyle with my man.
And that is the problem.
But no, it's not. Kenny, are you married? You married? Do you date 20-year-olds?
I'm 51.
But y'all saying y'all promoting the 20s. Yeah, okay. You are married? Okay. Have you married a 20-year-old, Shannon?
Yes, I've married a 20-year-old. I'm divorced and I date 20-year-olds.
So how old were you when you married a 20-year-old?
30, and then I've been married twice. And then the second time, 43.
So it still won't work even if you marry young. So what
You
y'all
can't
use
his case. You can't use his
trying
case.
to figure out where
His
you go with
argument
that.
it still won't work.
Yeah,
That don't even make any mathematical
No,
sense.
we didn't. We didn't use your case against you. In fact,
we
your
didn't.
case is a situation where you got married at 19 and your husband was 23.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody said, "Oh, see, look at what happened with Ruth." Nobody said that. Nobody used that. Are you just making up stuff as you go along, Ruth? I just met you tonight, but I mean that's what it sounds like.
We're not using the
I had
age.
high respect for you.
We using
No,
your
but listen
lack
to what
of
you're doing. You saying
Wait.
that we saying that we used stuff against you.
Wait,
I thought
so
your marriage. I thought you were cool.
you Shannon,
real
quick.
Because Darwin came in and said, "That's why it is. That it
Okay,
is."
Shannon, real quick.
Go ahead.
Wait, Shannon, real quick. So you lose respect for him if he has a differing view than you?
Who
me?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you said I had respect for you because he had a different view than you had. You said
No. It was the tone. He was like, "Ain't nobody." I was like, "Whoa."
Who was speaking like
Ruth
that?
still got respect for me.
Yeah.
I got respect for Ruth. We just
No,
talk.
it was what Darwin said though. That's what happened. It's like he's always talking about
Right.
that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we do got to get to this last topic. I want to make sure I get to everybody before we do. I got you, Marcus. Go ahead.
I was about to say I ain't get to say nothing. I just was enjoying the festivities. This is hilarious.
Let me finish. Yeah, go ahead.
This was hilarious. So I say this. Brown Sugar Goddess, you from Chicago, right? So you share my disdain for DJ Academics the same probably way. Like I really despise them. Yeah. So that threw that whole question off. But what she was saying was the same thing as what Hink was saying, which is it really depends on the person. A lot of people be like, I want a feminine, submissive, traditional wife, not realizing the danger that woman is exposed to if she does not have a man that is operating in the best case scenario for her. Because they literally give all control up to somebody to guide them in whatever way that is. And if they have to be extremely careful with that, like extremely careful. That's probably the most vulnerable situation that a woman could place herself in if she does not find the right type of man. So it's extremely nuanced and dependent on the type of man that it is.
Shannon painted him out, be the right type of man. All she had to do.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
All things considered, Shannon. All things considered, with the right type of man, the age gap should not be that big of an issue.
And that's all we're saying.
With the right type of man, with the right type of
and that's why Dad is here. That's why you're here, and that's why Hink is here to vet that dude to make sure. Because I don't trust her decision making. You know, we already know how that's gonna go. But you're here to see the things that she's not gonna see. And if you see that both of these guys are good, it's crazy to me that somebody would say, "Well, you know what? I want her to go with the 23-year-old and just figure it out together." You know, and when they get evicted, they can come live with me. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
But I'm saying she's old enough to make her own decisions. Now you're saying somebody else got a vet for her. It doesn't add up.
Because
if she does not have a man to vet for her, an older man that she respects within the home, I would prefer if there was no older man to step in and vet. I would prefer her to date somebody her own age. In that case, because how would she know? How would she know she's not in a position where she getting manipulated by somebody that's older in a negative state?
But she could get manipulated by a slick talking 20-year-old, and the discrimination was because I've done it, and the discrimination was based solely on age. I mean, we've been going left and right and everywhere else, but we're talking about he didn't have any gripes with academics. He didn't say because you were cornball, because you're overweight, because you probably a weirdo. He said literally just because you are too old. You're 9 years older than her. That was the gripe. That was it.
So he probably just said that. But I know both. I'm familiar with both of them, and he know academics real well. Like
I think the base of this argument is
he didn't use that. We only go based off of what happened. We could. What we're trying to do is add stuff to it that we don't even know. The situation was as it was presented was just age, solely age.
Trev, let them have academics. Change it out to Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan.
No
They're
issue.
basically people are basically saying they have
I
an
was
issue
fine
with
with
that too. That's 10
No,
years.
I was fine with that. I was fine
No
with
issue.
that. If he's a good man, yes.
No issue. No issue.
Oh, hell
So
no.
it ain't about
Wait,
age.
what?
Well, her
Wait,
whole
what?
everything she said was some shit, man.
What?
That's crazy.
Like,
Let a woman talk
like,
long enough.
like so you say you torpedo you an argument.
Jordan, Darwin. No, that's my point. That's the point I'm making,
He's
Darwin.
good
What
They
the
have
hell?
no problem
He's good looking.
with
he got money.
Creed.
You getting the same
They don't
thing
have
as the
no
younger man
problem
and the
with
older man.
Creed
Y'all just
and the
mad 'cause y'all
superstar and Michael B. Jordan and the respectable actor and we could see his
They
and
saw
well talk. No
sex,
problem with that
Shane.
10-year gap.
They
But
saw sex. They saw a man they can undress. That was appealing. That's what they saw.
Ruth just
That's what
said
you get out
he's
of a
good
younger
looking.
man. That's what you get out
Ruth.
of a younger man. That's the whole point of a younger man. He's sexy. If Michael B. Jordan was sexy and had the money,
That is not
then
even
there you
true.
go.
Michael B.
That's the
Jordan
rules.
is 5 years
You ain't
older
got
than
that.
him.
You ain't got it.
He's 5 years older than academics.
Those are the rules.
But he's 5 years older
You
than
shut
academics.
your mouth again with that. Trev, say it again. 5 years what?
He's 5 years older than academics. Michael B. Jordan is 5 years older
Do you
than
see
academics.
academics? He's chubby.
Oh my!
But he's always been like that.
Attractive. I'm sorry,
He's
y'all have
always
the
been
whole
like that.
package.
He's always
Sorry,
been like
you gotta
that.
look good. That's
When
the
he
whole
was
point of that man.
23,
That's why they cheat
he was
on
still
y'all with a
looking
younger
like
guy
that.
because he look good.
We
I
trying
know.
to save you.
There's
We
no
trying to
set
save you
rules.
from looking like a hyena, Ruth. But you just
Their
making it
rules
hard.
change.
Michael B. Jordan presents
Rules
himself way
change.
differently than academics.
I don't care what name you call me, Darwin. I
So,
don't care.
The
Grow
I
up.
said
rules
looking like.
change
I didn't say you
depending
were.
on
I
who the
said
man is.
looking like.
I'm not talking to him. Y'all know I'm not talking to him. He's just trying to get a 401. It's not working.
All right,
No,
I want to make sure
I'm
everybody
just
got in on this topic. Did everybody get in on this topic? Did everybody get in?
Ali.
Oh no, there's one more person, JR.
Wait,
You.
Ali Young. She ain't get picks.
You, JR.
Oh, it's on me. Okay. Well, me personally, I agree with Hank. It all depends on the type of man. I don't have a problem with the age gap, but me as a father, if it was my daughter, I would have to vet them out properly to make sure. And I can understand with the current environment and society that we are in today, it's much different from back in the day. Back in the day, I can understand why people were able to kind of see it through. Nowadays, I think both men and women have been corrupted in some way, and they all experience trauma. So I would need a little bit more context. Let's say you had the 23-year-old that was fully capable and had the potential, and then you had the 33-year-old that was successful and still had the potential. I would need more context from both of them, because whether that 33 was married like 2 or 3 times, then I'll be like, you know what? Clearly you got some issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and, if I'm talking to my daughter, I'm gonna advise her to look a little bit deeper, and I'm gonna still give her the choice, but I'm gonna just make sure I highlight a few things for her to make a better decision. So context matters when it comes to everything, and you just got to ask the right questions. Whether you're a father that's vetting for your daughter, or whether you that daughter, or whether you that young lady that's out there looking for somebody, ask the right questions and you'll get the right answers. And if you let anybody talk long enough, whether it be man or woman, then you'll basically start getting as much information as you need to be able to make a solid, logical decision.
But Jay, I get what you were saying, and the fellas who made that point, that's clear. But the ladies weren't even emphasizing that. They were just stuck on the age gap. It wasn't even about whether the man was successful. It wasn't even about dating economically. And then we added all these qualifiers on whether he was married twice or he was bisexual when he was 12 or some shit like that. That wasn't even the argument. The argument was just 9 fucking years.
and I still stand on what
It's
it
just
is.
appalling to hear that. Like a man
I mean, it's just a
himself in
different
a
view
position
of
to be a provider
perspective.
for his
The
family.
need to be right.
It's a
And
double
The need to
standard.
be right.
It's a double standard, and it's the way it is, and y'all have to
Agree to
accept it, just
disagree.
like we do.
We
You
accept it.
Okay,
That's
y'all
why
lost
we
this one.
accepted it.
Hold
Trust
on,
me, we
Darwin,
accepted
Y'all
Darwin,
it.
lost
Darwin.
this one.
We see
Ruth.
Sorry.
y'all come up to Section
Come
8
on,
and all that other
23-year-olds,
shit,
come on with me, y'all.
Wait,
and
Ruth.
y'all single with all these kids and shit and living off of government since we accepted it. We see it. And then we look at y'all as recreational use.
Ruth, the icing on the cake was when you pointed out the characteristics that made it okay for Michael B. Jordan. He handsome, he got money, he got a nice body, he's sexy.
Sex.
That disqualified you from the conversation when initially it started with age, and then you was like, oh, when another dynamic was given by Shannon, you justified it with those 4 things.
I'm talking about what women in general will go for. I'm different. Like I'll say something about women, but it doesn't mean that's what I'm going to go for. But I'm just saying, this is how women think. They want more than the money. They want more than that. And the age is something that they have to think about. And that's why they cheat with a younger man.
So
it's
Ruth,
just accept that reality.
So
well,
wait, Ruth,
but
you
JR
let Michael,
said,
you let
JR
Michael B. Jordan take it down.
More context, and when you added more context, I said in this scenario, this is what it would be.
Ruth, respectfully, you let Michael B. Jordan Wakanda you?
She said it. She said it indirectly.
No, he's not Wakandaing me. He gonna have to give me a ring first, like everybody else. If not, keep it moving, Michael B.
She waiting to marriage. She is waiting to marriage.
Yes,
Yo, Ruth,
thank you,
I think he could take you to Salt Bay and get you.
I don't think so.
Bro, one thing y'all gotta understand, when we get on these panels, all the women that we talk to are part of the exception. You just gotta do your own mental math on your own,
y'all against me,
and just point at the ones who got the lips that's farther from the nose or the 3 or 4.
Sorry, Brown Sugar. You
just gotta know that a lot of these women that come on these panels,
don't be a woman hater like him. It's okay. Y'all
no, I'm
love
just saying though.
I know y'all.
All due respect,
Ruth. That's why I respect
you,
Kenny. That's why I respect you, Shannon.
If you wait until marriage, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing for any woman to wait.
My man's not here. Don't speak on this.
But straight up,
my man's
I'm just
not
saying,
here.
but straight up,
I'm not talking.
a lot of y'all women that come on here think y'all are part of the exception. We know y'all getting better. We know y'all got that hawk tool. We don't get out there.
And y'all
we don't suck it as far as into the. We don't hit them.
Darwin. Darwin, you made your point. Remember, Darwin. Remember you said beating a dead horse. Come on, Darwin.
All right, let me go ahead and get to this super fast, y'all. Trigger Mike $5. Trigger Mike $5 says the ladies all dated older men when they were in their 20s, but think it's disgusting when they are 35. Girl math. Harrison Davis 499 says salute, and also we have Trigger Mike again $5 says age gap dating and polygyny. Is that how you say polygyny? Polygamy will save the U.S. and the West. I'll take about 3 of them. Shout out to Marcus trying to repopulate the earth.
Big
God said be fruitful and multiply. God did say be fruitful and multiply.
All right. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to get to this final topic, which is the main topic. How much should you spend on the first date?
What do you feel is a decent amount to spend on the first date?
Oh, I don't think it matters.
What? You don't think it matters?
No.
The internet is going to come for you heavily for this.
I think these girls that feel like the date that they take you on defines the man that they chose, they're full of crap. It's absolute BS. I think that it's a woman that's looking for the bigger, better deal, that has the audacity to say, I can't believe you want to bring me to the Cheesecake Factory. A lot of these dating scammers that literally go on a date every night just to be able to eat something, you're lucky you're eating tonight because you probably can't afford to do it yourself. These men don't give money, they give bags these days, and you can't eat that. So be grateful that you got some food, and be grateful that a man put in enough effort to take you somewhere. And that's the problem. I personally feel like that's the problem with today's day and age. Like, a lot of men are becoming lazy in dating. They're becoming lazy in the pursuit because there's no appreciation for what they do. And now women have these super high entitlement level thoughts that they deserve to be brought to freaking Bora Bora on their first date. And it's like, who are you to even ask for that? What value have you brought to that man? It's audacity. It's the audacity for me.
Audacity for me.
And on top of that, you should want to be friends with the person that you're choosing anyway. If I don't like you, I'm not going on a trip with you. I'm sorry, but Instagram photos on, no. Homegirl, be grateful that that man put in some effort. And you know what? The more appreciation that you choose, the better treatment you'll get.
Bar.
That's what I think.
Bars.
I don't think the amount of money matters. I think that just do something that you like. If that man likes you, you like to go, take me salsa dancing. It's free on Wednesday nights before 10 o'clock. And then it's $10 to get in. And I would love that. Buy me a bottle of water because it does get hot and I do sweat, you know, or let's go for a walk in the park. Or let's sit in a car and eat ice cream and talk about aliens. You know, like whatever it may be. But that's because are you out here just trying to go on nice dates? Or are you out here trying to get to know a person for partnership in life?
I wish I could just microphone drop.
I'm serious.
You went off. I'm just over here.
I'm
like,
just
I know
frustrated.
you saw how I was looking at you. I was just like, she's just going off.
I'm frustrated because women are ruining good men by acting like they deserve more than they do.
Damn.
A lot of these women out here really don't have nothing coming.
Damn. How do you? Okay. Well, Jesus Christ.
At least that was a straight answer.
Right.
We didn't dance around that one.
All right, Brown Sugar, I seen you over there nodding your head. Go ahead. Then we'll go to Hink.
I mean, she told no lies. I don't think there should be a value on a date. I mean, a date can be us going to the library and reading a book from my favorite author because you just study me. Like, that can be a date, and that's going to mean so much to me. So, yeah. It's crazy because a few years ago, I had this debate with this young lady that I used to be friends with. And she was just saying how men just weren't the chase. And I just really disagree with her because, like the young lady in the video said, like, how dare you? Like, and I have a son. And I'd be damned if a young lady tells my son that he is not worthy because of his testicles. No, absolutely not. And I just feel like a lot of women, like she said, they not worthy of even the Cheesecake Factory. But you, how dare you turn your nose up at the Cheesecake Factory? You probably can't even order an appetizer from this menu. So appreciate that you even eating tonight, just like she said. I feel like women need to appreciate men more and look at men as a chase. Because if you are dating with intentions, why would you, or not the chase, the prize, sorry. Why would you want to be with somebody that holds no value? Why are you looking at this man like he's not a prize, like he's not worthy? And if he does hold value, again, a date can be priceless. So that's my take on that.
All right, go ahead, Brother Hink. Go ahead, Brother Hink.
Shit, I feel like if you're gonna date a woman, she's got to be worthy enough to go to a nice restaurant, as we like to say. For a first date, I'm gonna take her to the coffee shop, and I'm gonna get to know everything I need to know about her. And maybe on the second date, I will take her to a nicer spot. Hopefully, the Cheesecake Factory is okay with you. If it's not, then you're not the type of woman I want to be with anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna set her down and ask certain questions and get a lot of information. Because I'm gonna do a lot more listening, and I want to be in a place where I could be. We can have a good conversation. Not a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on that can distract her from answering the questions and be engaged in the conversation. You know, because you go to these places. I mean, really, you're not going to be to have a conversation. And I think a lot of dudes will probably take them to these nice restaurants because they don't have a lot of conversation, so they won't let this nice atmospheric restaurant try to take over the situation because they got limited game. I think that's what happened with most dudes when they try to show out and leave with their pockets like that. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So with me, we're going to this coffee shop. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to interact. I'm an interrogator and get all the answers that I need. And I feel like she's worthy enough to go on the second date, then so be it. We'll do that. And I'll choose. She's not choosing, because I'm the one paying for it. So it's all on me. Now, she can give me some recommendations, and I'll take them into consideration. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make the decision. I'll leave it there, JR.
All right. Let's see this. Who was that?
That was me.
Go ahead.
I would say it all depends on I would always say it depends on your body rating, depending on your looks, how you carry yourself. determines what kind of treatment you're gonna get. If you bad as a motherfucker, I'm gonna take you to some expensive restaurant. I mean, if you really putting in the work and taking care of yourself, I'm gonna make sure that you get the treatment you need for it. And if I want to smash, it depends on what type of tip I'm on. If I want some pussy, I'm gonna take you somewhere where I know I'll be justified to ask for it and get it. But if I don't really want shit from you, I'll probably just take you to something and spend $40 to $50 on some shit. Like for example, Brown Sugar Guy, she look like she decent. Probably take her to a nice restaurant. Ali, take her to number one China or some shit. Ruth might take her to White Castle. It all depends
He
on
said everybody's name just to say my name. Y'all see this? Goodness gracious, you're obsessed.
It all depends on how you carry it. I mean, if you are single, if you young single, you beautiful, I'm gonna take you to some shit that I'm gonna try to impress you. I know you can be impressed, and know with your youth, you're capable of being impressed by me. But if you're a single mom, you push 40 and some shit like that, take your ass to fucking McDonald's or some shit. Fuck out of there.
Bitter men. Can I go next?
Darwin, I gotta stop you right there, brother.
Get off,
I gotta
get off
stop.
camera.
I gotta stop you right there, Darwin. You got the game fucked up, bro. I'm sorry. You definitely got the game fucked up. Like, nah, son, I can't do it. Look, you just tried to say that depending on the restaurant that you took her, you are justified if you go get some kitty or not. That's outrageous to me.
Hold on.
That sounds crazy.
Let me clarify for you because I think you kind of.
I got your message clear, bro. I heard where you was going with it. I got your message.
It depends on the outcome I want. If I want more than a hug, I'm gonna make sure I put in for it.
Wrong, and that's what I'm saying. Wrong again. Wrong.
Nah, that's right.
All wrong.
That's right.
Maybe for you, I guess. But I'll say this. It doesn't really matter. If the female is feeling you, you're going to get it if she like you, not because you dropped a bag on it. You sound like one of them dudes who's just trying to trick off all crazy, man. It sounds crazy to me because these are the type of dudes whose chick I used to smash back in the day. The dudes that spending all the bread and all that. Like, that's real talk, man. Like, I can't. That shit just blew my mind. I didn't expect you to say no shit like that at all. That just blew my mind, brother. Like, that's wild. You ain't got to trick your way into no pussy, bro. That shit sound weird.
I don't, but I don't like to rely on a woman like that.
But you just said depending on the outcome. That's kind of relying on it, brother. You dialing it back right now, but your message is already out there.
I'm standing stern on what I'm saying. If I want, depending on the outcome I want, my generosity increases.
It's not getting any better, bro. It's not sounding any better. It's not sounding any better. That sounds like pay to play. That's pay to play.
This is how I move. If I want a certain outcome, my efforts match the outcomes I want. If I just want a fucking hug, I'm not gonna put in any effort. And I'm not gonna expect anything out of it. But if I put my all into the date, if I really cater to this woman like I want her to be mine and I want to have her, she gonna see the energy I have. It ain't always got to be in my wallet, but that's gonna be a primary tool I'm gonna use. And I don't give a fuck what nobody else say about it.
Hold on, let me finish up. I don't want it to be a thing where that's how people are thinking. Please don't take that message. Because that ain't it, man. The female just has to be into you, brother. Like, really, like I can't stress that enough. And I don't feel like women are entitled to that. If I feel like that's, and I do get the part where you say if she's deserving of that, if she's the type of female who, and it's not going to be based on how she look or she a baddie. It's going to be like how much she's willing to pour into me if I'm going to take her out to that nice restaurant, not because of your appearance. Damn that. That's out. I don't care what you look like. We gonna go to wherever I'm say we gonna go. If you mess with me, then we on my vibe. I'm leading this.
I care what the woman look like, and I know what a woman has to do to go into keeping herself in shape, especially in this day and age with body positivity, making women confused on what they supposed to look like when it comes to beauty. whenever a woman actually go out there and challenges herself and discipline herself to keep her body up, keep her beauty up, and she get ready for me.
You putting these women on pedestals, bro. You not seeing that?
I'm not putting her on a pedestal.
Sure you are.
It's something I can afford. It's not tricking if you got it, bro. I'm
A
sorry.
lot of these days, bitches.
Oh, here we go.
got
See, and that's the point. That's the point. Because all right, so the average man makes like 50K a year. If an average man is making like 50K a year, right? And then I'm getting $1,000 a week, right? Before taxes, I'm gonna end up with like 700 or something. So I'm gonna get a $300 date, spend damn near half my check on a first date.
First of
And she
all,
might
your
even
ass,
like you.
your ass shouldn't, the nerve of you niggas. Your ass shouldn't be out there dating. Your ass needs
You
to
shouldn't be dating if you're an average man. Is that what you're trying to say? If you were the average man, you don't deserve to date.
Listen to what I'm saying. If half of your check costs your date, your ass need to be in the trenches somewhere working. You don't need to even be out here dating. That's how I look
Brother,
at it.
but guess what? No matter what, no matter how we say it, there's always going to be a bell curve. It's always going to be a bell curve.
A woman to a nice restaurant and treat her and court her. Your ass, you a dusty, and your ass need to get out of the dating market.
Dog, that's wrong. You talking about a first date? She didn't earn no Shea Marie. She ain't earn none of that. Like, no, sir, that ain't it. Look, we talking about a first date.
If you want
a first
some
date,
cheeks on first date, if you want some pussy on first date, second date, third date, whatever date it is, if it's who you are and how you move, just be consistent across the board.
well, it's not about pussy, bro, because you could do that without even going on dates.
I made it clear to me. I made it clear when I stated it. It depends on what I want, the outcome I want. So it was about pussy for me. It ain't gotta be about pussy for the next guy.
Dog, this sounding worse and worse, man.
Hold on, Trev. It can be about a hug for the next guy. It can be about a hug at the end of the day for the average guy. But it was about pussy for me.
See, but this is what I was
You
just saying.
just paid for it. You not hearing how you sound right now. You're not really hearing yourself saying, "I pay to play." That's what this is really giving right now.
I just said it. Remember, I said these guys who ain't got no goddamn game, guys who ain't got no game, so they got to do shit with them down with doing.
I got game, but I ain't got to use my game.
Because he ain't got no goddamn game.
So listen, I'm not going to take that from you.
Let me tell you one thing I learned about women.
A
lot of y'all niggas that take these women to a restaurant. Y'all pay a little $30 or funky $40, and you trying to get some ass. A lot of these women want to smash you, but because you only came out with $20, $30, she don't even want to give you the pussy because you don't even fucking. That's disrespectful, bro.
If a woman want to smash, she's gonna smash. It don't matter what.
Thank you.
If a female wants to sleep with you, she's gonna sleep with you. You don't have to spend your whole check. Trust.
Oh no,
Bro, I'm not. One thing about me, I'm not spending my whole check. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all keep equating me to the average dude. I'm not an average dude. So maybe from Trey's point, maybe where the disconnect was, if you thought I was talking about the average man, I'm not talking about the average man.
Man, Kenny.
So if you made $50,000 a year, you would still have that same dating strategy?
Listen, I would if you make $50,000 a year, brother, date to your own pockets. My pockets and my status and my ability to date, what I earn allowed me to be able to move like I move. So that might not be for the
so that's the disconnect, Darwin, because most people don't make bread like you making, right?
Yeah.
So you can advise those people. What about the average person? What would you tell to the average person? What should be their dating strategy if that's the case? Then
your own pocket. First of all, I would say date to your own pocket. Secondly, if you want to get it, if you want to be known for taking this woman to a beautiful place where most men can't take her. If that's what you strive to be, if you strive to do the things that most men can't do, and you want to set yourself apart from the average man, then get the fuck out of the dating market and go do the work. That's my advice to the average man. But if you're okay with just being mediocre or being similar to other men, yeah, go out here and date and take her to the same shit other niggas can take her. Go ahead.
So you're saying about 80% of men shouldn't date.
Listen, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying 80% of men shouldn't date. I'm saying the men who want to be known.
You should get the fuck out the dating market.
I'm saying they shouldn't date. I'm saying that if you want to be known for taking your woman to the finest restaurant and giving her the finest things, Wait until you have it. Don't even go out there. Don't even be. You want to be known for taking her to the top tier restaurants. Then go do the work and then take her out. That's what
I guess if that's what you want to be known for, but I mean,
And then now, like, let's say you do that. Now you set the precedent. She's going to expect you to keep that up. How do you keep that up at 50 racks a year, man?
that part. I need to
notice I said go and do the work first. I stated that you should be in the trenches.
Oh my
When I
God!
say you
So
should be in the trenches, that means you should be
All right,
doing
we gotta
all
make sure we share the mic, y'all. We gotta make sure we share that mic.
Go ahead. I'll lay you off now.
So
go ahead, Marcus.
Here's the
Hold on, Kenny P. I'm gonna go to Marcus then, Kenny.
So respectfully, I gotta disagree with Darwin, respectfully, and agree with Trev. Because at the end of the day, the experience that you provide is you being yourself. You got to get a woman that actually like you as a person, and then that can lead to sex on the first date or sex whenever, or an actual relationship or a connection, because she fucks with you. Whenever you entice somebody with an experience versus you do two things. If that's not your everyday living and she's just experiencing it with you while you're living that way, then you've essentially priced yourself out of the dating market, because you set an expectation for her that you will not be able to maintain. And I heard Darwin speak to it and say that this is what I normally do. So in that regard, you wouldn't be wrong, because if that's what you normally do and she just comes with you, that's fine. But if you're stepping out of your comfort zone in order to impress somebody, it screams insecure and shallow to the woman that's with you. And she also knows she can't trust you because you're making bad financial decisions with the little money you do have, trying to impress her and put her on a pedestal. When you do that, she has no choice but to look down at you. If you look at like those mistress relationships where it be like dominatrix or whatever, they never let the man penetrate them. They always keep him below them, make him lick their feet or eat them out. He can never penetrate because she does not view him as a dominant enough man to have sex with her. And you might not see the parallel, but it's there. When you pedestalize somebody and put them that high over yourself, you turn them off no matter how attracted she is to you, because she looks down on you at that point. It's yeah. I think the first date, like Shorty said, is wherever she wants to be with you at. Most of my first dates occurred on the block. I'm gonna keep it real. They'll come out there, kick it with us on the block, feel safe in a very dangerous environment, and then feel closer to me. That's most of my move. And then after that, we can go on real dates. But I need you to link in and tap in with me first, because hey, this is who I, you know what I'm saying? This is who I am, or who I was at that time. And shit, a 50-piece wing for the guys, a jumbo shrimp for me and her, and a gallon of hen, and we'll be out here kicking it, and we'll have the coldest conversations all night. That was the majority of the move. Now, and you might be like, that's just hood chicks. I rarely dated just girls from, because my philosophy was, if I'm willing to date her, somebody willing to kill about her. So I go get somebody from Schaumburg, Joliet, Hyde Park, all over the city, just beautiful women though. You know what I'm saying? And even when I was like living in LA, I still ran the same Smitty. I didn't have a block that I could bring them to, but I wasn't going up out my extended everyday life in order to impress nobody. It was, I'm gonna be here, you can meet me here, or you know what I'm saying? It was never trying to impress nobody. Like, I feel I'm impressive enough. I got this conversation, gift a gab, and I got good energy. Shit, I'm gonna create a vibe and we gonna flow. If you want something outside of that, you eliminate yourself and you save me some trouble. Because that way I know you not here for me. I need to know you here for me so I can be here. It's a waste of my time any other way.
All right, go ahead, Kenny.
I'm so disappointed y'all let Darwin get on his high horse and spit all that bullshit. I put on my MIB glasses so I could see through all of it. You married. You tell your girl everything. Where is all this fictitious lifestyle that you putting out in this world really happening, my brother? You just told a whole bunch of lies, and I can see it. I can see clearly now Darwin's a liar. What? Where you tricking at? You got kids. Where that money going? In Pampers, homie. Stop lying to the folk. The fellowship got you. You my dude, man. But sometimes you just get out of line. And I got to tell you something about yourself. Take them marshmallows off your ears. Why you gonna tell them whole lies up on JR Live, making us look bad on a on a Tuesday night? JR, HR report. I need the email. This dude is playing. Man, you've been drinking that natty daddy up here, talking all this about how you do this, Gucci and gold. You got kids and a wife. You ain't doing that. She ain't giving you permission. Remember, you tell her everything. You tell her how you be tricking? Huh? I digress.
Look like he in timeout.
Go ahead, Shan.
I ain't gonna talk about none of that. I'm swinging back to the question that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. How much should a man spend on a first date? Today in 2024, the absolute least is possible. And mainly because, you know, there was a time where the first date was where a man was he was able to display his ability to provide and to impress a woman, because there was very little that, you know, she can investigate until that first date. Very little that he can learn about her until that first date. You know, there was no social media. There was no, a lot of people didn't have cell phones. You know, you couldn't learn about somebody. You couldn't go to their profile and see what they did last week, what they ate today, what they wore last month, the different hairstyles between January and today. You couldn't investigate anybody like you can do today. You couldn't FaceTime anybody. So today, you can have damn near a full dossier on someone before you even have your first phone call. So if you make it to the date where you guys are going out and spend time, you typically, in 2024, you typically know quite a bit about them already. FaceTime phone calls, you know, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, political beliefs. You know a lot before you even get to the first date. So therefore, splurging is unnecessary today. And if you run into somebody who expects you or wants you to splurge, or ladies, if you run into a guy who wants to splurge, you got to almost question both sides. Ladies, if you got somebody out there that's just trying to, you know, do all this extra stuff, you got to ask them, why are you doing that? I already know, well, you know, what are you doing? And guys, if you got a girl that wants you to just, you know, we're not going to Cheesecake, I need you to take me to Nobu, or, you know, this is what I'm worth and all that kind of stuff. You got to ask, what are you doing? So to answer the question that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen and avoiding the argument, the absolute least is possible today, because it's not necessary. We have too many different avenues to learn about each other and to see if we should even move forward.
Go ahead, Allie.
I think that how much money men should spend on a first date is with whatever's in his means and whatever he wants to do, honestly. I understand it's 2024 and it should be the least amount as possible. However, with social media and online presence, that can be slightly skewed and different than in person. So if you're dating with intention to have these great conversations and this and that and the other, then potentially putting more effort into a first date. Because like, what if you're dating someone who doesn't have a big social media presence or isn't into that, you know? Then I don't think that's really fair to the lady that the guy is trying to date. So I don't know. I just think the man should spend whatever he wants to spend on the first date, as long as he can maintain it. Like,
Absolutely.
It goes bigger than that too. Like, dudes who act like they're super neat and clean, a couple weeks go by and you're like, no, this dude is messy. It goes with everything. Like, don't put out what you can't maintain. If you naturally messy, we're going to find it. We're going to see through it, you know? Don't act like your car is nice. It's a 2004 BMW. It's not brand new. Stop, you know, like all of it. So that's live within your means, date within your means. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
So Hank, what if she doesn't drink coffee? Still go to the coffee shop anyway?
They got tea and they got donuts and brownies and all
Hot
type
chocolate.
Of hot chocolate.
I think if a woman says she don't drink coffee, it's probably trying to hint that she don't want to be taken to a place where they specialize in selling coffee. I think that's the wrong way to start off a date, taking her where she don't want to be at. I get it, y'all don't want to pedestalize these women.
You a
You also
certified
got
trick, man. Damn, brother.
man, no trick, man. That's just me. That's just my being. Just because I'm
So
generous don't make me
I went down to a woman on the first date, dog. Because that's exactly
Say
what
that
you're
again?
doing. Talking about I don't want to drink no. Well, man, they got tea. They got other drinks. Matter of fact, if you don't want none of that, drink a goddamn bottle of water. How about doing that?
Now, I'll say this.
You know, I need to go the extra mile for a first date. Why do I need to do it? I don't even know if I like you like that for real. I don't know that, but you want me to go all out and trick and pray that I get a hug at the end of the night like you gonna get. Nah, man, I'd rather take my chance at the coffee shop. If things go right, it's gonna go right. If they don't, I'm not out a lot of money. So I'm good. I'll move on to the next.
So is there like not a plan B for you? Like, what if she like sincerely just is not interested in coffee or tea? It has nothing to do with money. Like, I just don't want to go to the coffee shop. Is there like?
So you don't
Is it
drink
just
anything.
like
They offer sodas. They offer bottled waters. You can get a cup of milk if you want to.
so it's a
You
one-stop
don't
shop?
none of that shit.
No, brown sugar. The moment you say you don't like coffee or you don't like where I'm taking you, that's giving me the opportunity to ask you for a suggestion. Where would you like to go? That'll put the ball in your court. So now you get to create wherever we go. And if you choose wherever we go, then with me, that's where we're going. I don't know what the average guy might not be able to afford where you point him to. But for me specifically, I don't have a problem with you telling me where you want
So
to
would
go.
you consult an average guy?
It costs, even if it's something inexpensive.
You said,
Like,
do I consult an average guy?
Yeah, would you? Or do you?
I do.
So where would you tell them to go?
I never had anybody ask me a question about where to take a woman, but I would always.
But if he does, what would you say? You got to be on the spot with it.
Take them where you can afford. Date at your own well.
Work and get you some more money. So
You got a woman that's willing to date you, and she understands the lifestyle you can bring. Clearly, she's okay with where you're gonna. If you take her to a place where an average man would take her. But if this man say, hey, look, I want to be the top one. I want to be 100%. I want to be a provider. I want to be the top guy. I want to be a part of the top. I would tell him, you don't need to be dating, period. You need to be going working. You need to be in the trenches grinding. Because if that's what you want.
I'll say something to Shannon's point because it is 2024 now, so we have different opportunities right now. So I would say just do a lot of vetting early, right? Work on that FaceTime, like you said. Have some serious conversations. Really do your best between discernment and just really vetting a bit to find out what type of female this is. So even if you do decide, like Darwin, to go ahead and trick off on the first date hard, at least you're not taking such a great risk because you've took some time to really get to know, talk to them, see where their head is at, and get some good conversation so you know exactly what's going on with them. At that point, if you say, look, all right, I think she's legit, it's easier to take a chance on somebody at that point, right? If you want to go somewhere nice. And I still wouldn't say go out of your means, but like everyone has agreed upon, as nice as you can afford. But I would say, being that we have that opportunity to vet right now, just do as much as you can, have some legitimate long conversations, and make sure that you and this person actually vibe. And then if you feel like going to somewhere nice, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I'm just add to that. I'm more. I agree with you, Trev. I've never been on a date that I didn't want to be on. So if you made it to the date, then it was because I understood that I wanted to be there. I typically pick where we gonna go. I don't usually leave it up to the woman. I usually can gauge her interest, what she likes, the food she likes based off the conversation. So there was a lot of vetting, not really intentional, but just off casual conversation as far as where we gonna go. And I think you should. I don't think you should go over and beyond. I probably went to a coffee shop once, and it might have been the one downtown. Because it was nice. Because I wanted to be there. So it's typically I got to be able to enjoy the ambiance or the atmosphere. I do think. Well, I just don't want to be seen with anybody. So if we on a date, then I don't mind being seen with you, and that's just me. But I don't go over and beyond just for anybody. So I'm gonna have a good time. And if it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. But I don't feel bad because I wanted to be there in the first place. And that's just how I approach the situation when it comes to going on dates.
We got to understand that this is the first date. I know somebody said, "Oh, this is how you mess with somebody else's girl." It's not your girl, bro. It's not your girl. It's just a moment. She ain't yours yet. Until she gets your last name, she ain't yours, bro. So, depending on what outcomes you want at that moment, you move a specific way. If you want to smash, and you want to trick, do what you do. That's on you. If you want a hug at the end of the day, you'll get a hug. Depending on how you. It all depends, bro. Like, you'll be justified for the things you request or you ask for. I speak. I'm straightforward with the way I move. I'm straightforward. A lot of people want to use game and finesse tactics and try to use charm. And like, okay, she's gonna give me some pussy because I was cool and I was all this. No, I'm straightforward. Hey, look, I'm gonna take you out. This is already from the jump. Before even step out, I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z, and we're gonna get down. At the time, I gave her my number. I told y'all this on a couple shows ago. When you give a woman your number, you let her know what you about then. So when she decide to call you, she know what time it is. She already know what time you on. Hey, look, use this number if you want to go out. I'm gonna take you here. I'm telling you, we're gonna get a hotel. We're gonna get nasty. Take the number. She take the number and call you. She know what the fucking time it is, bro. It ain't no clue. It ain't no clue about it.
Yeah. Let me get to these couple super chats. BZ, Phony Baby Zaddy, can we have the resident pimp weigh in on this? And Marcus Gibson, $2 says someone on the panel needs a smoke detector battery. Anybody smoke detector going off on the panel?
Trev.
It might be me. I'm in my
Bullshit. You'll never hear that in my background. Never.
My bad.
I'm in my in-laws' house and there's a smoke detector on the ceiling, so I'm about Trev out without.
Can I answer the question though? When you're done?
Hold on, you
Are you to answer the question? I'm sorry, Ruth. Go ahead.
Battery on your smoke detector, Don. What type of shit is this, man?
This ain't my house, bro. Trust me. Y'all know it when I'm at home. I'm in the law.
The one thing I don't like is coffee dates. So that's a no, Hank. Sorry. I just feel like, and what he said proves it. It's like you don't want to
ain't good enough to go out with me anyway, Ruth. Don't do that.
Say it again.
You ain't good enough to go out with me anyway.
All these men, if they saw him in the street, they would talk totally different. But it's okay. Hank, yeah, it's like you don't want to put any effort into it. So it's like I feel like you're intentionally not putting an effort into it when you ask for a coffee date. I would see right through the whole fancy restaurant. I would turn that down because, like he said, he just wants to sleep with the woman. So I would just question that. I don't know you. So yeah, that is a red flag to me. And why, right? You don't know me. And then that's the first move that you pull. So I could see the game coming from a mile away. I actually talk to people before we go out on a date. So we pretty much had a phone date a couple times before we even go out. Cause like JR said, I don't want to be seen with just any old body once I realized that. The whole porch thing, Marcus, please. I ain't nobody porch. I ain't coming to nobody's stoop. What kind of ghetto mess is that?
That's a fucking lie. I promise.
Hey,
Look,
I ain't on nobody's stoop.
speaking of the tricky shit on Trev Point, one time this dude bought this girl a Range Rover that was in the league. He just bought it for her. You know where she took that Range? Right on 16th and Spalding. She pulled right up in that Range and we kicked it in a brand new $130,000 car he just bought her. So they're gonna come out there. Fuck you, man. They're gonna be out there.
Yeah, that's just not my style. So
It was bad, you hear me? Bad. Like bad.
Ruth just talking. We ain't paying attention to Ruth because look, her women like Ruth will go on a coffee date with Hink any day. if she had a man like me, you would crawl through glass to get with me. You need to
I
stop
have
this
a
bull.
man, and he.
I'm just saying, if
I
you
don't
were
want to go
single,
there.
you would crawl through
I don't want to
glass
go
to get
there.
with me.
I
You
don't
would
want to go there.
crawl through glass on your knees to get with a man like me. But no, I
Okay,
wouldn't take you on a coffee
we're
date.
gonna take
I'm
your
just
word
saying,
for it. Hank.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just speaking the truth. Your internet will be working. You'll be a big smile on your face. All that'll be great. I'm telling you, you'll be all well taken care of. But let's talk about what I'm talking about. You sit there and say you don't put a lot of effort into it. You don't put a lot. Men don't put a lot of effort. No, it's not about effort. Maybe I don't deem you worthy enough to put that much effort on the first date. I don't feel like no. Ruth, come on, calm down, ma'am. Calm down. I don't feel like no woman is worthy enough until I figure that out.
I see that.
So if me,
I can see that by the coffee date. I can tell.
you have no self-control. I see, but that's all right. I'm gonna teach you.
Because I'm crawling through glass half the time.
If I'm gonna take a woman out on a coffee date, then I'm gonna take her out on a coffee date, and that's what it's gonna be. Because I'm gonna get to know her. It's not about going out and taking her out to a 5-star restaurant and all that. Look here, I had this conversation before, Ruth. So I dealt with crazy women like you before. You're nothing new to me. So again, I would take the woman out to the coffee shop, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna engage. We're gonna have a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? You might have a disgruntled customer, somebody like a Ruth. We just gonna ignore them and crack jokes on that heifer. You know, don't even take us serious and look past her. But we're gonna have a good time. And guess what? From that coffee date, we could take that coffee date and make reservations for a nice restaurant. If the date's going well. Who said we can't do that? It's possible. But I'm gonna start off right there so I can get to know you and see what your mind is, see what your mindset is, how you want to move, how you gonna act, and how you carry yourself. That's gonna let me know yet. But yeah, am I gonna vet prior to? Yeah, I'm gonna look at your social media. I promise you, please believe, I'm gonna look at social media, I'm gonna vet through it. And guess what? When I get you in person in that quiet setting, I'm gonna ask all the questions to make sure I'm getting the truth from you or not. Because if I take you to a 5-star restaurant, you're gonna have all these distractions. You're gonna make have issues with the waiter. Or find something there, this and that. No, I need to know everything I need to know. And I need a quiet place so I can have these questions. Ruth, you might want to get the kids. Don't worry about me. Get them kids.
I never said a 5-star restaurant. He on y'all side, he a boy. See, you know what? You can have these kids, but they ain't gonna turn on you one day. But I never said a 5-star restaurant. I don't, like I said, I wouldn't. That's an extreme. Why you can't have something in the middle? It don't gotta be expensive.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why not something in the middle?
Kids will be all in bed right about now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, man.
What TV on Friday?
Ruth, would you do Fridays?
Fridays at Freddy's?
I think she went to go tend to the kids.
I'm sorry.
I'm back. She do anywhere I take her. I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm back. But Hank,
you know what, Hank? If you take her and the kids out to fucking go to corral, she'd probably be happy with that.
My kids. Thank you. No, thank you. My man.
No disrespect to you, kids.
Hank, but you're right. Like some women may mess up on that on that coffee date. But I just never been asked on a coffee date before. But I do like coffee. But my point is, like,
look, your heart's changing, your mind's changing, your thoughts are changing. I told you, you're gonna crawl through that goddamn glass.
Ruth,
it's
Ruth,
not
the reason why it's changed, there's a reason why it's changed, because back in the day, it wasn't as prevalent as it is right now. But right now, there's a bunch of women who are just plate pirates, right? They'll try to go on dates with different dudes just to eat or just to be at a nice place or just have a vibe, and they don't really care nothing about the dude. They're gonna go smash somebody else at the end of the night. So you have to be weary of where you throwing this money. You might waste your whole day. I don't even know. Like, I haven't done that in so long. But I'll just tell you this: the first date I ever had with my wife was a pizza shop, and she still remembers it to this day, and she loved it. How about that?
So my first date was the movies. And I just so happened to be hungry. I was gonna be fine with the movies. I just so happened to want to eat real quick because I got hungry at the last minute. So I'm the movies and something quick to eat, girl. I like cheaper dates because I want to spend more time with the man. So, but I'm not contradicting myself, Kenny. I'm just saying, like, I just don't like coffee. Coffee was the only thing. That's why I said if that was the only exception to the rule. Maybe somebody just don't want to go to a coffee place. You want to feel like, if I'm all in a dress, right, in heels, why am I getting a coffee? I might look foolish to the movies, but not for the coffee place. I don't want to go to Starbucks like that. But anyway, I would say I agree with the woman in the video, because it's not about that. It's about the time that you spend with the person. I'm not a plate pirate, so because of other women, I might pay the cost to drink a damn coffee, okay? But I'm just saying that you do say something about putting some effort into it if you're in the middle. And I don't choose the restaurant. I let him choose the restaurant.
Roof, why you not paying for these dates?
Welcome to the dark side, Roof.
Oh, the other side is I don't order. Wait, I do pay for the date. I never ordered lobster or steak or anything like that. I wait till I have got paid and I took him to a fancy restaurant and then I ordered whatever I wanted to. So that's how I move. I don't get there. I don't order 4 drinks. I don't order extra stuff. I always try to stay within a certain kind of budget. I watch what I order, because I ain't having sex with you.
So you never had sex on the first date?
I'll take somebody to a nicer place when they care about my money like they care about their own money.
And I do.
You understand what I'm saying?
You can ask them. Yeah, you can ask them. If I went, like the other day, I was like, you could pay for this. I said, I wouldn't even spend my own money doing this, so never mind. And I just forgot about it. I was like, it's cool.
So I like what Ali said. I think she said it better than any woman on the panel. What you can afford, and if you want to, I think the more effort you put in, the better. I want to say that women recognize the effort men put in whenever they take them out on a date. I think they can see the difference between men they date, on who's putting in more effort, and I think they may use that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ali.
I mean, yeah, you could. I like it when I see that they're putting in a little bit more effort. But I'm just thinking about toward the end of the video, the girl said that the dating scene with these dates has made men lazy. And Trev, you made a comment recently just now about a plate pirate. I never knew that was a real thing until recently, with women going on these dates and just wanting to be. It actually happened to me where I got accused of being a plate pirate. Got taken to a Korean restaurant in Schaumburg. Little $70. I
Chicago
politely,
too? Chicagoland area too?
yeah, here it is.
That's funny.
I politely declined a second date for my own reasons that I articulated. And then, $70. I'm like, I can wipe my ass with that $70. I don't give a fuck. Like, stop, So it's just weird. Like, it's just such a weird dynamic with, like, you got to really weigh it. It's so situational. Like, was he putting forth effort? Sure. But then it's like, then he threw a tizzy fit that I didn't want to go on a second date. So it's just like, you really got to gauge the person and their vibe and their intention and this and that. So it's like, yes, I like it when they put forth effort, but like, I don't know, you just have to be able to like gauge that individual if it's sincere or not.
What part of Korea are you from?
If they like you for real.
What part of Korea are you from?
Oh, my mom's from Busan. This like the southern part of Korea.
I was stationed in Tongducheon, Camp Casey.
So you know all about the paper baby things.
Did you date Ali? Did you date black men like growing up in Chicago?
I've only ever dated people of color.
All right, let me ask you this: did you ever go have a date on the block?
My ex was from 103rd.
Okay, was it fun? Was it a great date?
Yeah, it was funny because I'd be on the block and they'd be like, "Ooh, he got a Chinese chick," and I'm like, "No, I'm Korean. Stop." So no, but no, I like it when a man puts in a little effort into a dinner date as long as it's within his means. But the transactional part of it is just like,
I don't think you would know. I don't think the women typically know what's in a man's means.
I mean,
so they really don't have any idea. I would assume that if you're on the other side looking out, and someone takes you here, and it's not really all that expensive, I think the woman probably would consider it as with that being within their budget. it could be a misinterpretation of what their means is. But I think typically people may think that, or women may think that, okay, this may be what he can afford. It's not all that lavish or whatever, but it's okay. And that's totally fine. No shade to the men who do that. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever I said before, I mean, I still stand on it 100%. Like, do what you can. Date within your means. Date according to your what you can do. And if that's your lifestyle that you can provide, then show it. You shouldn't be. I'm telling. Society wants you to kind of not show who you are or not show what you can do to protect something or some shit like that, or the risk of somebody scamming you. The hell with all that. I think somebody stated about something about the woman not even being privy to social media and not even knowing how the game go. Man, if that's who you are, man, be yourself, bro. If you want to take your woman to a nice place, take her to it. If you can afford it, you should be taking her out to a nice place. That's what I'm saying.
It don't have to be a restaurant either. It can be something creative. A picnic, done picnics by the lake.
Y'all like that, right? A picnic by the lake. That's nice. A nice sunny day with the towel down and everything there, man. Like, that was a beautiful thing to do. I think women appreciate that.
With a tent.
Ruth, what if he said, Ruth, what if he told you, let's go grocery shopping?
Yeah,
and I want you to cook something?
Grocery shopping and what?
What if he said, let's go grocery shopping? I want to buy, whatever you want, but I want you to cook it. Would that be cool?
I've done that. He took the grocery shopping off my to-do list. So I mean, if he gonna pay
Right.
for it,
Right. He pays for all the groceries, lobster, whatever you want at the grocery store. But then he's like, you whip it up.
yes, and I've done it myself. So yeah, that's like less for me to do.
This lady,
you did that on the first date?
Say it again.
You did that on the first date before?
No, not on the first date.
What else are we talking about? First dates?
On the first, that's what Shannon was talking about. You would take somebody to the grocery store the first date. You're gonna spend more money at the grocery store. It's inflation.
That's what the whole conversation
No,
was about.
you're just talking about getting the food for y'all two, whatever y'all gonna eat.
That would be fun. Yes, food. It's gonna be a house. Yes.
But Ruth, that's what the whole conversation was about. A first date. That's what it was about.
Yes,
man.
I'm okay with that. That's groceries. It lasts longer than one day.
My other thing is this: how do y'all actually get to know somebody when the activity taking up the time y'all supposed to be spending together? Like, if you go to the movies, y'all don't talk through the movie. If you go to the game or someplace that's too loud for y'all to actually get to know each other, how do you get to know the person doing some extravagant activity?
Because I talk and talk and talk before I go on a date. So
you gonna talk over?
Huh? No, I'm saying I've been talking. We've been talking.
He
for
said
a while.
leading on to the leading up to the date.
It took 6 weeks for me to get a date with this man.
I mean, again, for me, if I'm on a date, then it's because I want to be there. But I usually have a balance. I usually may have an activity, and then I may have something maybe a little chill for us to be able to get to know each other a little bit more or interact differently. So you got a fun side, and then you got a chill side. And then depending on where it go, I might hit up a third spot. But this is something that I want to do, and depending on how it's going, it may go on and just keep going. Shit.
Hold on, wait. So are y'all dating only one day at a time? Because I typically mark out the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday type shit.
So you tricking all weekend?
Ibiza, Darwin. Taking him to Ibiza.
I'm just saying, if we gonna go on a date, bro, let's go on a date. Like,
so typically women disappear with you for the whole weekend on the first occasion.
I mean, it depends on the outcome I want. Like, if that's what I want, I'm typically going to take her out for the weekend.
Have you ever called a girl and said, "What you doing?" She's like, "I'm at work." You told her, "You know what? I'm gonna pay for you to take the day off. Come fuck with me."
I've done that before.
Nah, I bet.
Why don't y'all just say simp? Why y'all don't have the courage?
I don't call people simps.
Hold the man
I mean,
accountable. Just like the
this
women
is what I would start shit. You trying to get us to give derogatory terms to the man?
I would consider this a sin. If I'm doing that and I'm not getting the things I want out of, like I said, it's about the outcomes I want. If I'm not getting the outcome I want, then I don't do that. You get what I'm saying?
Money already spent. You're simple. They don't want to say it, but I will, because I'm your friend. You don't
Simping
even
ain't gotta always. One thing you gotta understand: simping ain't always money. Simping ain't always throwing money. Simping can be being a kiss ass to a woman ain't giving you shit for it. Compliment her, and she's with a whole nother dude. Like simping is a whole spectrum of things that you can do.
He's right on that.
But one thing I'm telling you, one thing that separates men from other men, it's not the main thing, but it's one of the things is being generous. Generosity is an attraction a lot of men can't afford to have. And it ain't got to be, you can call it tricking. It's just something that, my father always done this with his woman. Every woman he's ever been with, he's always done nice things for them. And he's always gotten what he wanted in return. And if he didn't get what he wanted in return, those things wasn't done. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it as a transaction trade-off. But typically, you know what I'm saying? Even if I don't, I've been in a situation with a girl, I took her out and done nice things with her before. And I didn't even want to smash. That's just what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do something nice.
This ain't glitching.
Just wanted to do something nice. That's just every man move different.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring this one to a close. Thank you guys for showing love, chat panel, and everybody that's just ghost watching. Y'all make sure y'all be safe out there. Enjoy yourself. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Until
Behave on
next
the
time.
block, Marcus.
Stop lying.